We're streaming. We're live right now.
Oh, this is actually
live.
Yeah,
Isn't that good?
So what I want to do is
Hi, y'all. We're live.
I want to try
Do you want to try this beer?
I do. Before we open it. We're drinking beers. We're trying new stuff.
I see like this little window. Hey, Freddie.
My baby girl.
Hey. Ooh, that is pretty good.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
How you guys doing tonight?
Good. We're doing good. How are you
Pretty
doing?
good.
Cool. Walk on by.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to see if I can get you on here. But you have to be alert, see if you're alert tonight. What's up, guys? We're here. We're just kind of setting up. I know we're about 13 minutes late. We are on the
We are so on time.
Yeah.
It's King James time.
Somewhere at 7 o'clock.
Oh look, my sister sent me some. All right. So tonight we're doing. Wait, but we're doing. So we could at least tell them what we're doing because maybe somebody can learn something.
I don't know.
Well, you're trying to do something.
But what I'm trying to do right now.
Right.
That's what you're asking.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What I'm trying to do right now is actually.
Get me right connected.
You have to get your manager position permissions. Excuse me.
We're trying to get Kate manager position right now. Permission. Is that what I said?
No, you said position.
Position.
I didn't know it was a management position.
There's a management position up for grabs at Front Talk from Kate and Jim. You and I are both CEO and president.
Oh.
Front Talk from Kate and Jim.
Yeah.
I see. You're like, oh, I misplaced it.
We got beer tonight. I can't see anything right now because we're working, but anyway, we got beers. I just decided I'm going to go next door to the deli and check stuff out, and next to all of our neighbors, and start like buying food from them, buying drinks, and we're going to keep trying it every time we're here. And look, already Marissa went and bought a ginger beer, so already.
We're trendsetters.
What?
We're trendsetters.
We're trendsetters.
Trendsetters. Yes. Because you have never seen that beer.
I know, right?
So we're trendsetters.
That's what we are.
So look, I'm getting ready to add you.
He's eyeing me.
Right, and you gotta look and see. So
Add new
Kate-
users. There I am, Catherine A. Pela.
Right.
Right?
So
You got me.
Yeah.
Choose a role. You gotta
Right.
choose a role. Manager.
Invite.
Invite.
And that's the email address you should be signed into.
Okay.
Is that the email address you're signed
That
into?
is katepela@gmail.com. Now go to the.
I invited you.
I just got invited. So now I'm going to be able to manage our YouTube channel.
So where did you
right?
get where did the invite go?
So the YouTube channel?
Well, his channel is Black Fox TV Worldwide, right? That's where
Yes.
you invited me from?
Yes. Do you see it?
Well, I'm waiting. Waiting. Ugh. Are things slow tonight or what?
You know what?
Are you online?
The internet in this building is
Introduce
a little
yourself
bit
because you're on.
Because you're on too.
I am Marissa.
Beautiful Marissa, applaud her.
I live in the building.
She does, and she pops in. She sat with me last night when James didn't show.
Yeah, it's James.
James was working.
Yeah, I had the kids.
He had the kids.
I don't have any kids.
No, I
I
had
have four kids.
my
Four
students.
babies. Oh, you're students.
Yay, Mighty Giant! Are you coming back out with your Mighty Giant stuff? Bring a quote.
So nothing?
That reminded me.
Not yet, he's coming back.
No, that's so nothing.
Oh.
Pete and Candace.
I don't know yet. Google my business. That must be it.
Check
Look at that. Google my business.
Is he an artist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gave us swag. He was our first swag man.
Really?
Here, I'll show you. Yet again. I love swag. I love swag, so anybody can bring us swag. Look, this is the wallet.
A wallet.
Isn't that cool? He makes it out of like FedEx, that FedEx material. And there's even money inside too. I'm serious. And he gave us this Mighty Giant stuff last time he took me out. mahi.
Look, accept.
Oh, except.
This is actually really good. It's got like a little side thing.
Yes, I am now a manager. So if James or I can like do this from another site. Like if I go to Seattle again to see my family.
Yes.
If I go to Trinidad, we're gonna have a big old guest tonight. I'm so excited.
So now
Sonia.
go to
When is Sonya
Coco dance when she gets here. She is from Trinidad, and
Yeah.
she's 7:15. She's running a tad bit late, but you know, people who are new here.
I feel like everyone runs a tad bit late.
Well,
no, that's one of my pet peeves.
what?
I would rather be there early than late at all.
And I totally
Yeah,
agree. I
but-
feel like nowadays it is a little bit acceptable to be late, which is
What
not,
fashionably
not good, yeah.
No, but she texted, and that she's new. She's in Harlem with her family, and she's from Trinidad, and she's trying to navigate the universe of MTA with it stopping and starting. And
I dig it. I'm not playing any favors. It's just me. I just
oh yeah,
tardiness.
oh yeah. You just pull that out.
The only
I'm going to park the car.
Oh, quick! The parking
Somebody
ferry
hold
gave
it.
James a parking spot. So Marissa, get your butt over here. Oh wait, we can see you over there. You can stay there if you want.
no, it's terrible.
Wait! Applause! Yay! Do you want to go run over and hold a spot? Jump in the spot.
What spot?
Over there across the street. You have to go stand there and block. Parking ferry! Yay! That's perfect timing. So tonight, what we did. Oh, is somebody trying to park there? Beat him up! Beat him up! So the big thing around New York, if none of you already know, is that it's incredibly hard to get parking. So James just got a parking spot right out front. Hi.
Hi.
Those are new neighbors. You know, because everybody's getting to know us finally. Kind of fun. Oh, it's all fancy. So tonight we're doing beer. I've got a dark Corona, a Blue Moon. I'm gonna taste these and share them with people. I like the Snake Dog Flying. I think it's Flying Dog beer, and this is Snake Dog. And then I got this cool new one. None of us knew about Grabby's ginger beer, and it actually has alcohol in it, not too much, but enough, and Corona Light. One of these, James decided he wants to drink. I'm drinking mash. This is sparkling fruit drink, grapefruit citrusane. Woo, and it's really good. Got them at the deli next door. It is deli, it's 11th Street Deli. If you guys come by 11th Street between A and B, we have a family-owned deli, and we love buying stuff from them.
I don't want to see East Side.
Well, like it's not as like walkable in the streets or like.
So,
How far?
So-
I'm like in the
oh no, James' battery is with it for his,
Okay.
for his.
On the west side, or I like the
Ah,
East
see?
Side. First Avenue. I'm right up First Avenue.
right by the ASPCA is on 96.
Yeah, that's
Got my hat.
that's New York Avenue. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
Okay.
about. I'm back.
Ah, thank goodness, I didn't know what to do.
Check boy ID.
What?
All right, so let's go to the channel.
There's those French guys.
Wait a minute.
They're down at the Russian bath, not the Russian bath, the baths
Cafe.
event space. The Frenchmen. No,
Croissant.
right down the street. You don't say croissant. Croissant.
Croissant.
Croissant through your nose. Croissant. Monsieur, croissant. Oh la la. Somebody's gonna come and kill me. Bitch! You're making fun of French. Je parle français. Excusez-moi, messieurs. Je parle. Bonsoir. Ça va? Non. Ah, si, parle anglais. No more! All right, now what do I do, James, so I can get back on the thing?
Go to, press the, go
This
right.
little thing there?
Yeah, that thing.
That thing? Takes me to YouTube.
YouTube streaming YouTube.
So somebody probably didn't learn a thing from us, but we tried explaining it. James just made me a manager of his TV channel or his YouTube channel,
Okay.
right? Oh, so that when he isn't around or I'm not around, we can do it from other sites.
Yeah.
I need to get a camera now.
There's a camera right on the front of your laptop.
Yeah, you can use those.
Yeah, I need another one like that just for people. I can't see.
They're not that expensive, but
No,
You know what
you, you can do that
You
one.
should get a circle light too. I think that you would benefit.
we have a circle light.
Yeah, but like
A big circle light.
like a big circle light.
We just have money for a small circle light. Thank you very much. Wait,
No, it's not working.
the sounds aren't working? I watched our TV. I watched our
Is
show.
that what happens in on other radio shows? There's like a
Yeah, and somebody presses. He's constantly pressing buttons.
Yeah.
And oh, it's unresponsive. Come on.
I do find that the internet in this building is a little bit shady.
This is, but this is the thing: is I pay Spectrum a ton of money,
I know. I do.
right?
Spectrum doesn't.
And it's business. This is a commercial space. They made me pay business prices. It's expensive.
It does. Yeah.
Ooh, that'll good.
It's like you guys and the massage people right now, massage oil people that are here during the day. Have you met them?
Yes, of course. They're my friends. Why would they be my friends? You make it sound a little bit. Who? What? No, during the day, y'all. I know. Massage it. We have Van Caution. These are these guys, Vanessa and Albert.
They ran out of their travel size. I heard.
I know. They're going to make some more simple salve. It is the best in the world. The problem, I mean, it's not a problem. This is like $10.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
It is so cheap and it lasts forever. And it's my big old blister on the back of my foot is healing brilliantly. You notice that just came from Kate's bag. Kate's bag. You have fun stuff in Kate's bag. Sonia!
Sorry, I'll get out of your way.
You can grab a chair and pull it out if you want.
It's okay. Go have fun. I'm here all the time. Thank you for your
Good All right. I'll
Bring
see
another
you.
chair up.
Yeah, just grab it.
Okay, I'll give you.
You can give me a hug and you can also get another chair. Hi, Sonia.
You can sit right here.
Hey, how are you? Hey, have a seat. Lovely to see
How are you?
you.
Hey.
This is
Our
James.
pleasure.
Sonia, please sit. So we're.
You're pulling my leg.
This is Marissa. She's our neighbor.
Hi.
So. So we're just fixing up our setup because it's live YouTube. People can see us. So we're live streaming on YouTube. And just earlier he was getting me as a manager, and now there it's on right now, but I don't know why this isn't like working. YouTube's not working.
The Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it usually works better than this.
All right, so if anybody, any of our subscribers, if you want, just give me the minute. It's Kate. So,
The respond, because somebody in Turkey, I think he's in Turkey, he's getting up at 3:30 this morning to watch us.
that's cool.
Isn't that cool? All the way from far, far away. And I'm like, oh no. And it's not so easy to get internet over there. Is it happening?
Hey, no response.
Should I just exit and start over again? Because I waited already.
Budapest is in Hungary.
Reload? Can you reload?
Yeah, Budapest is in Hungary. Can I do what?
No, I'm saying, can you reload?
That's what I'm doing. Reloading. I don't know why. You know why? Possibly.
All right. You're there, right?
No. I got rid of, it could be because I have no storage any longer in here. I have to get rid of stuff. It doesn't?
No. It starts when I have anything to do with it.
Hi!
Yeah, how's it going?
Wait, another song. Name another song. What's another song? Yeah, name, because last time you named a girl, wait. Oh, Someone I Love? But what was the song you named last week?
Like someone you love?
Yeah, what's the new song? What another song are you playing tonight?
I'm a fool to want you.
I'm a fool to want you. Oh, I know. I am a fool to want you. But we still love having you come by. We'll see you.
Is he playing in the bar?
Yeah, they have some of the best. Yeah, we have to get Sonia in. Sonia's visiting us from Trinidad. It's so exciting. You're the founder of Coco Dance Festival.
I'm one of the co-founders of Coco Dance Festival. It's the largest contemporary dance.
And we were there with when I was with Joffrey Ballet School.
Correct.
And Usha.
Yusha.
Yeah.
Yusha Sozana.
Yeah, she was teaching, and I was support. You know, it was so exciting because I was the director of International. I wanted Usha to start doing a program, and she wanted to start doing an exchange program.
Exactly, because she has Trinidad and Tobago roots.
Exactly.
So she's a professional dancer in the United States, which really wanted to reconnect.
Yeah.
And this was one way that she could do it, you know, and actually reach out to a lot of young dancers in Trinidad and Tobago as
Yeah.
well. In fact, people came from as far away as, I think, Suriname.
Oh, right. I remember. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, that was exciting. Yeah.
And the job is coming back this year, and I think people from Barbados are intending to come to our
Oh, fantastic. That is so exciting. Is Usha leading it this time too? Oh, I love it. You know, she's dancing with Camille Brown,
Yes.
which
yes,
is,
she told me.
yeah.
She's embarking on a lot of her own projects, which I find really fascinating.
Uh-huh.
So she's starting to choreograph it herself. So that's really
That is exciting, yeah.
That's a whole new chapter in the dance life.
But she was brilliant and gorgeous dancer and beautiful human, you know, just in general. Yeah. So, well, it doesn't look like anything's happening for me. I don't know if anybody's trying to talk to us. I apologize.
Try to see what your Wi-Fi, what Wi-Fi you connected to.
The front 5G. I don't know why, because
So-
it's working for you, right?
No, I'm hardwired in.
Oh, you're
So-
hardwired in. So what should
So turn it
I
off
do?
and then turn it back on.
Oh, turn it off.
Yeah.
Now it's on. No. Turn it off,
Mm-hmm.
and now turn it back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would be so sad. It would be so sad if my.
Hey, what's up, neighbor?
Hey! Oh, he's on the phone. He's like, I'm on the phone.
Reload.
Oh, wait a second. What? Oh, it goes into the wrong cable. Wait, let me get on the right Wi-Fi. So this is, Sonia, this is our TV show, or our talk show. This is how it goes. It's
Yes,
really...
we go through technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We do live on air, and we don't care. We
Right,
just-
well, that's the best kind of attitude on one
I did
level.
run,
It's
right?
like, it's gotta do what you
My rap skills came out. I got balls.
Yeah, so now I'm working at Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning, and one of the reasons Sonia and I are meeting is because we want to start a conversation, an exchange, a dancer exchange. I think it'd be really, when I mean, you know, now I'm talking dance, stupid dance talk, you know, we want to start a conversation about
your
a dance
browser.
movement.
Just close your browser and then.
Oh, just
start
close
again.
everything
Yeah.
and start over again. Okay, let me just like reboot. Close out. I have to like shut down and then. Should I restart my computer altogether?
Why? I don't think so.
It's all like.
Wait, close out.
Okay, I have to close out all of them. Oop! I was watching Star Trek. That was what's his face? Well, that's what I like. I go to sleep when I'm wide awake. You're running out of disk space. Thank you for telling me that. Well, but James says no, it's not.
Well, you look like you got out of space altogether, which means that if you're
Yeah, I can't do much.
you're going to have a harder time running.
Yes, this is very, very true. So I'm just gonna. Hi, I'm Matthew. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, why did I call you Matthew?
What's up, Terrence? How are you?
I know your turn. This is Sonia.
Be mighty. What you got for us today?
I wanted to introduce. Come on, be a good host. This is Sonia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is Sonia from Trinidad. You want to introduce yourself? She's the co-founder of the Coco Dance Festival, the largest dance festival in the Caribbean area. It's amazing. I've been there. Contemporary dance. Yeah, she's amazing, and it's an amazing place. Like Trinidad.
Oh
my God, it's so amazing over there.
modern dance?
Yes, contemporary stuff. We encourage you to be, take risks, artistic risks.
Yeah, right.
And it's usually for young choreographers who don't get a chance otherwise to really show their work in a fully produced way. But we also have guests. So we have wonderful guests who come and they perform for us as well. They come from as far away as Germany, Spain, and then we have the Caribbean guests who come as well, Barbados, Jamaica.
How did you, like, I'm assuming you're a dancer too, right?
Yes.
So how did you, I'm curious, like, where does that come from? Is that something you did since you were a kid and you always, like,
Who
wanted
did you
to
train
be a dancer, or?
I think
Go
I
here?
always
Yeah.
wanted to be some kind of performer, and I guess
Good
I
shit,
did
yeah.
that from a young age.
Oh, what happened? What you did?
Kind
Go back,
of
go.
my heartbeat to the
Yeah, it's just one of those
What happened?
unique areas that's not like everybody points to, like, oh, fire,
Yeah.
police officer, or dancer. You know?
All right. Chat should be
It's
here.
gotta be like
Oh.
drawn out. It's
See, there
not
goes,
out of
there
here.
goes Terry
Oh
Flicker.
God, Felichko.
Like when you're young and you do it, they're just when you're a kid, you just kind of know and blindly you're like, this is what I'm meant to do. And then you just kind of go blindly. Yeah, when you're like, I know.
It's a calling.
Yeah, calling, right? Yeah, that's true. I was a painter, a fine artist, and I always felt drawn to it. But I ended up doing something completely different. It was still creative, but I'm doing this, but this is kind of creative.
So what is that about?
Yeah.
Be
So-
mighty. Quite
So
a
a
phrase.
few years ago now, I went through this period
Can't
of
open it.
like
Bottle opener.
insanity, and I was gathering like inspirational quotes and motivational phrases to sort of like hang in there, you know, each day to be like, okay, just focus on one thing, like try to like get out of bed. That's first step. And then so these quotes became a way for me to kind of to keep myself motivated and build a bubble of positivity around myself when I was going through this really tumultuous time. And it got me through, and when I was kind of on the other side, I thought for my birthday I would make a flyer of some of my favorite quotes and post them around the city. And then I did it as a one-off, and then people started reposting it on Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm going to do some more. And it's been 3 years now. Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. And they kind of like, you know, I get to learn all these things because when you share them, like people find, and then they share quotes with you and you see them again, and it's a great thing, you know. It's like a very New York thing.
So give us each one, so that we can all like, we each get one.
If you want.
Ladies first.
You can pick if you
Oh, you're such a gentleman.
choose, yeah.
Would you like some of this?
Okay.
You're right.
That's for everybody's betterment.
That you don't? Ooh, I don't know. All right. Who wants to read theirs first? You could tape that right up front so that people come. We can do that.
It says,
We
enjoy
need-
the little things. One day you will look back and realize they were worth it.
Nice. Yeah, and that's important, you know.
What? Say that. What's your? Wait. Say it again.
Enjoy the little things for one day that you may look back and realize they were worth it.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Mine says you can live your life by default or by design.
Ooh, that is. Oh, wow. Wow. Say that again. Say it loud and proud.
Live your life by default or by design. And it's credit to Charlene.
Charlene Lee.
Mighty.
Be mighty. Do you want to do it or I'll do it? You do it.
Okay, you go.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of blind-ish. Skill to do comes of doing. That's Ralph Emerson. Be mighty. It's true.
It's like Picasso had that quote about drawing. You can only start a drawing by drawing. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
there's no substitute for like just doing it.
So mine reads, every minute spent worrying about the way things were is a moment stolen from creating the way things can be.
Oh.
Robin Sharma. This stands true for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Yeah, me too.
yeah, this is what's happening.
Cool.
There we go.
Here we
I
go.
think it's wonderful that you guys have that going. And then it's really cool that Instagram's created like a platform for people to connect and share.
Yeah.
So they can repost it, hashtag, community, and then,
Yeah.
it's actually, quite, quite progressive,
It's interesting too because a lot of people, I'll meet people who, I don't like tell everybody this is what I do, and then it'll just come up and then they'll be like, oh my god, I have some of those, I have them on my fridge, or I have those in my wallet, or like, it's like pretty cool, you know. I had a lady in the street come up to me, she's like, I was putting up a flyer, she's like, you're Mr. Be Mighty? And she's like, it's like Mr. Love, you know, she's like, oh, that's great, it's so good.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So on Instagram, you're Be Mighty?
Yeah,
Okay.
Be Mighty.
I don't have my phone out.
And,
just at Be Mighty.
yeah, Be Mighty,
Okay.
yeah. It's just so cool to see, like, because I mean, for me, that made, those little things made such a difference. And I think of it as almost like, okay, there's like an analogy that I visualize that it's like we've all faced these really steep cliffs of adversity at one point in our life, you know? But there are climbers who climbed that path before us, and they can leave these little anchor points. And anchor points are these little quotes and little bits of wisdom that you can like connect to and get to that next thing to move up your own path, you know? But it's like spreading these things out there, I think can help that one person who's in whatever situation you're in. And it's sort of cosmic and cool how people end up getting the right quote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're just facilitating it.
I mean, this, resonates with me, as well. I mean, I just didn't want to, sound like a, that's, but it's cool, because that's sort of what it promotes and makes regular life, talking and communicating and talking about these things, which is something that I don't think is taught to do, which is something that is important for everyone to do, which is verbalize and communicate and say how they feel, because,
Right.
This generation talks and says how they feel a little bit more than the generation previous, where
Thank
oh,
God.
we're just gonna make make everything look good, but yeah. So I think that's what this promotes, which is wonderful.
Yeah, thanks. That's cool.
If you go to Burning Man, I feel like this would be perfect.
No, yeah,
I'm a Burning Man person. I feel like this would be great, and you should have your own little hut out in out in the playa where
Yeah.
people could come and
It would be like taping it onto people's trailers. and
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah, Instagram Live.
Do you have Instagram?
So
What is your Instagram?
Are you where I'm sitting?
How many do I post?
Yeah.
At
Usually
Sonia
50 flyers a week.
J.
I sometimes do up to 100.
Dumas.
Depends on where I'm going
Dumas.
and where I get- if I get
Okay,
up at,
and can you find
five,
Cocoa
I'll
Dance
post
Festival?
them all.
Hi, Cocoa
But
Dance
if I'm in
Festival
my
stuff
normal
there,
route, it's mostly Lower East Side.
and that is at
Cool.
Cocoa Dance
You can
Festival.
download some too from
Oh!
my site.
No, but the,
Oh, okay, cool.
oh,
Yeah. Thank you.
oh, it's coming up. When is it coming up?
It's coming up in 3 weeks.
Oh, geez. Oh my gosh, is right.
No, and look at where I am.
I know, it's exciting. You just missed the Making Moves Dance Festival. It was just 2 weeks ago. Next year you have to come. We'll do an exchange of like dance artists, our queens dance, because I now have over like 40 dance companies which we like weren't connected to, and we all can fundraise to get over there. And I want to start a festival in Tobago. No, I didn't know that.
It only happened for like 2 years.
Oh, I went to this tiny little fishing township place. I don't know what. I'm not sure. There, we went and stayed at this chef, who was representative of the world's top chefs, and she traveled the world as Trinidad as the world's top chef. Her grandfather started building cabins on this beautiful cliff, right? And there are all these little houses all the way down. Thank you for coming, Terrence.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing.
And maybe, and it is right on. Bye, thank you.
All right, Terrence.
Bye. Yeah, be mighty. He's our mighty man. There's a stage. It's a cement stage, but still, they have this like stage on the beach, and then all of these restaurants on stilts. 2 restaurants on stilts, but but they came up every day. They would go out every early morning, and they would bring in these blue long, like fish. I don't know what kinds they were, but it was so amazing. They would go out and come in, and every morning, and it was crazy gorgeous. Oh my God. I have the name. Well, it was kind of wild. You went down this long, long road off of the main street that wound around the island. And then all of a sudden it was there, this beautiful little thing. And we stayed in a room where we just opened the window and there was the cove. I mean, we were up above. So the sun is rising, the water. And then we would walk down these hand-built, oh my God, it was, oh. And I'm scared. This is the one of 2 things that I'm afraid of in my life, and one is swimming out in the deep above my knees.
Well, that's deep.
But I was there 5 days. I got out swimming, and I didn't have an attack. But I'm afraid because I saw the fish could eat you there. I know. But you guys have barracuda, and the water is so clear. I love water. But you know, I know exactly what happened. When I was really young, I watched The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Have you seen that old film? It's a vinyl thing with the like, bah. He comes out of the seaweed. Hey, ladies. And I lived in the Northwest, and there's a lot of seaweed, and the water is murky. There's no clarity in that water. Oh, and then Jaws came out, and I saw Jaws as a kid on a drive-in screen. Are you kidding? Oh my God!
But in Trinidad, we eat the shark. The shark is
I know, and it's like spiders.
Isn't that salt? What is it? Bacon salt? Band salt?
That's it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
But I'm hoping that they don't. I mean, I hope they do alter the different kinds of fish now. I think they are starting because I don't want them to fish the shark.
Oh, I know. It's so sad. And they cut off the fin and they let them drown. It's so cruel. I do not like any of that stuff. Because a shark has to move to get his, and so he can't swim anymore. So he dies because he has to always move. That's how he gets his oxygen. It's incredibly, and it's horrifying. And of course, I had to watch it one time because I watched those stupid, horrifying, like, save the shark, and then I dream about it, and then I cry, and then yeah, I can't even, like, I can't eat octopus anymore. I got sick one day, and I watched. They're so smart. Octopus are smart.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
Octopus.
Exactly, I know. We want to hear it.
I feel that octopus will eventually develop a level of intelligence that humans must be afraid of.
But they already do have it, you know?
What? The octopus?
Yes.
That's why I don't go far in the water.
Well, no, they have. Have you ever seen an octopus try to get out of a tiny
Yes.
Figure that stuff out.
They can open up jars. They can change their color to 3,000 times in something like 2 seconds. Yes. They're amazing.
Yeah, me too.
I know. Yeah. I want to go out into the deep with the mask and
You want to snorkel?
thank you, scuba dive.
Oh.
I have snorkeled. And
Go very deep.
you know what the Jaws thing would happen because when we used to go out in the seaweed when we were kids and get crab and eel and stuff when I lived in Seattle because the tide would go out and I'm totally fine with that. But after Jaws, I started having these dreams about this huge crab the size of like the whole cove that we lived in that would come out with a. As a kid, that's frightening. I'm sorry.
Well, I have to say, I snorkeled, like I sometimes snorkel in a bay called Macquarie, which is in sort of northwestern. Biggest, most, I won't say even ominous because I think it was as surprised as I was, as much as I was. It was
A what?
Turtle.
Oh, I love turtles.
really large.
Okay.
So I looked at it and I looked at me and I'm like, okay, I'll go this way.
Oh, Nita's on.
It wasn't like
What?
Renee is on. Howard. Renee Howard. It's amazing. Oh, because she's been. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, somebody can't hear you. We're bringing up the volume for you. Yeah, you do speak quietly. We're loud people. Yeah, and you have such a delicate, beautiful voice. Yes. Hey, I'm trying this new. I got a bunch of beers. I don't know if you drink alcoholic things, but this is a ginger beer, and it's actually quite nice. Would you like a taste? A little taste?
Okay, you get to keep this, and we'll just taste. This is what I'm doing these days. Thank you. You're welcome.
The volume should be good now, I think.
And okay, say.
May I have some of your banana?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
sure,
the
this is for everyone.
plantains and tostones and salted peanuts. That has you have to eat it with beer, right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
There are two things that we do. I mean, who was it? Nita? Was it Nita? Yeah. What's the topic? The topic started out as, well, we're talking to Sonia, Coco Dance Festival about Trinidad, but then it always changes.
Yes.
Mighty Man came by.
Yes. And then
Marissa's here.
We talked about Jaws.
Jaws, I know, and octopuses.
Giant crab the size of the coast.
I know.
So did you see the link that I sent you
When?
about the apartment or the building? What's up?
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that?
Can you remember they was talking about it? Well, the other guy.
Oh, right. But that's
Yeah.
about the thing. There somebody got a lease on a building just on 7th Avenue, and they're having
7th Street.
7th Street, 7th Street, which is right down the street from us, between 1st and 2nd, I think. And they were having, what did they call them? Like lewd parties,
lewd
like
parties, yeah. Adult
sex adult parties. Yeah. Spankies or something like that. They had
I've
spanky
been
parties.
to a bunch of sex parties.
I know.
I mean, in LA, it's like a thing. I mean, yeah, I've been to New Year's Eve. There were sex parties.
Hey, Tamara.
Yeah, I've been to a lot. I haven't participated. I've only watched. But I mean, like, I've been to like expensive ones where they have shows. I've been to like swingers ones.
Wow.
I've been to a bunch of them actually in LA.
Yay! It's
How
our
are you?
favorite lawyer neighbor.
Our neighbor from Jersey is here. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
he's a lawyer, a finance lawyer. This is Sonia. She's here from Trinidad.
Nice to meet you. Hi. Nice to meet you, Sean.
Yeah.
We're in Jersey.
No, it's just a running joke that we've had.
I'm actually going to New Jersey this weekend.
Oh, you are? Where are you going?
Okay.
My old university, where I graduated, is having a conference, and I'm going to actually teach a workshop.
Oh,
Princeton.
fabulous. Oh, you're going to Princeton. It's so funny. I never expect Princeton. I keep forgetting it's in Jersey, because Jersey, I just don't have a picture of something like Princeton, you know?
I've come from a good town in New Jersey.
What
town is that?
Tenafly.
It's called what?
Tenafly.
Tenafly.
By Alpine, like it's like up in the hills, like right over the bridge. So it's like good part of New Jersey. It's, you know.
There are bad parts of YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
Oh, should I
so
tell
where does
everybody
Princeton
about the
go? That's
privacy
another
button?
Princeton actually is nice. Princeton,
Oh, tell them if
Princeton
they
is actually
subscribe,
a nice area.
If
Make-
you
Like, a nice house.
subscribe,
Good, because I spent several years there, so
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's
But I
good.
mean, like Trenton,
Turn
off
like
private.
Capital.
Turn it
and,
to
turn
like,
off
like,
your
that's
private. But I can't remember how to get there. Your
Yeah,
private.
Is it-
I think.
I like the ginger
I
in
think
this.
it's
I'm gonna buy
in.
another one.
Oh, all right.
Sure, garbage. We have garbage.
Would you like to taste ginger beer? There's a little alcohol in it, but no.
I thought ginger beer didn't have alcohol.
But this is with alcohol.
You know what I realized? Because now they have root beer with alcohol in it.
I like alcoholic beer.
I do like it too. I think it's called not your dad's root beer.
Here, do you want a little taste of this?
No, no mixed beers.
You guys missed the false alarm last night with all the fire trucks.
I did. I saw it. Yeah.
Shut the block down, about 4 or 5 trucks.
Something different? Like there? Yeah, it was. They came in the building. I need an
Oh, in our building?
Yeah.
You live in this
Yeah,
building too?
Well, this is my
I know this-
storefront.
Oh, I didn't realize that you actually. Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, she's from Jersey too.
I'm from Jersey too. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh gosh.
I spilled a little. See, that's what happens. A little alcohol in Kate's system, and I spill things. No, it's crazy.
Thank you.
Is that? Do you want an? We have other
No,
other
no, I'm
kinds.
good. I'm not too big on the alcohol thing.
I'm not either, but I've been bringing out wines and then different sodas and things. And our CBD neighbor for the no THC, and it's really nice. We did a whole tasting on that, on Focus, Relax. Things to help swelling in your joints. And it actually was pretty great. You didn't taste any of those either, did you? I don't think he trusts us. I don't
With the
think
CBD?
Sean. Yeah, I don't think Sean likes trusts us.
Actually, that CBD drink that I had was really good, and I think that was the
Did it help with your headache?
it was the ginger. It was my throat. Remember?
Oh, right. It was your throat, not your headache.
The ginger helped.
Yeah.
It was really
So what
good,
type
and I
of
slept like a
oil
baby.
So I do anti-corruption and antitrust.
Okay.
Oh, and you were going to ask him what the subject he's going to talk about today. I keep asking him to come up with a theme or a subject. Special guest. Ask him because maybe he'll talk to you.
I'm not Kate or James. I'm just an audience, non-participant.
A non-perceived audience. Yeah, but we want to know. We talked a little bit about it last time. But anti-corruption, that's because there was no camera going. I was out here and Marissa came, I put a keyboard, a live keyboard, I had my guitar. Marissa came and sat, James was sick, so we just kind of took pictures and put it on Instagram. But he's just, why isn't this on?
That doesn't need to be.
Oh, doesn't?
That screen is what you transition to.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys going to have heaters out here in the winter?
We'll probably be inside.
Or are you going to move it in?
No, heaters out here.
Reason why I took this off out here for you.
I'm getting you a onesie. What's your favorite animal?
I need a Spider-Man onesie.
You want a Spider-Man onesie? I'm getting him a Spider-Man onesie because then he'll sit out
It's
here.
gotta be fleece.
That's funny. There's a company called Onesie.
It's our talk show.
In the city?
No, there's a goat company called Onesie. It's called One Piece, I think. There used to be like a brand that made onesies, like
I have a
luxury, yeah, like adult like onesies.
I have a Wookiee onesie.
Like One Piece.
You're wearing the Wookiee onesie.
Having a Halloween party?
Yes.
What day is that again?
The 26th of October.
We're having a Halloween party
It's
here.
a Monday.
It's a costume fundraiser party for the show at the same time. But are we gonna do a winner for the costume or not?
Oh, you should.
Yeah, right? That would be fun. Costume winner.
Right.
I have a pterodactyl outfit.
I tried to get. I said I was coming.
Planning on winning.
Oh, no. It's it's not
I told her to be a go-go girl.
I used to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I used to be. You're coming as a go-go girl?
No,
That would be so cool, right? He would win. Yeah, right.
not gonna happen again. The other nutcase said the other nutcase said
I'll do
that.
your makeup.
No, see, we're not even gonna travel down that road. Listen. Kay said she used to do go-go back in the 70s, right? 80s?
70s, I was 4.
And I said, dust off your boots for Halloween. Let's go.
I'm gonna be a go-go
We can
girl.
probably get a cage out here. I don't know.
I was a go-go girl. We need not a cage, we need a pole.
Well, no, I wasn't that kind of go-go dancer. I danced in a cage. But I should take a go, like a.
Didn't you say Palladium? Was it Palladium?
Yeah, I was at Palladium. I hung from the third
So that was
floor.
downtown. That was downtown Julie Brown days.
Yeah.
She was in Palladium in the 80s.
Palladium girl. Yeah, it was early 80s.
Oh, was that HAI?
No, that's not how. That's Elizabeth.
They stopped talking to her.
That's the Rent the Runway person.
Okay. Always rent their own.
Yeah.
She must do like a weekly or monthly subscription.
Who's Howard? Hi,
Renee Howard.
Oh, that's Renee. I love that she said she used to swim to the buoy. Which buoy?
I'm Marissa. I get like a decent amount.
In Tobago, right? I think she's talking about Tobago.
Or Trinidad or
Oh,
Tobago?
I'm from both. It's one
I
nation,
was
two
getting
islands.
packages and then I had a couple packages stolen, so then I like
Trinidad
started
and
sending them
Tobago.
there.
Mine got stolen.
Well, that's what I thought. Actually, you could like explain that. The Trinidad Tobago. It's one nation, two islands.
So it's called Trinidad and the Republic of Trinidad
Now
and
I have to
Tobago.
get like some.
Oh, okay. Does everybody
I was like,
think?
Citizens of
Actually,
everybody.
And nobody says like, no, I'm from Trinidad. No, I'm not from Tobago.
There's always the inter-island rivalry.
It wasn't a
But in my case,
work shirt. I was
it's
like,
not really even justified because my grandparents on my father's side
that's how
came
me and
from
Elijah
Tobago.
met too.
When I went, I didn't live in Trinidad until I was like 13 because I was living up. My family was
They're
traveling
getting
and we
evicted.
lived
We were just talking
outside
about
of the
getting
region.
evicted.
Oh, cool.
Because when I came back, I lived in Trinidad.
He's getting evicted.
So I'm,
He's, like,
I have
acting
all
like
that
I'm drunk,
heritage,
so I think he's
Trinidad,
gonna
the
probably
Tobago,
get some counseling
Right.
advice.
So it's quiet about it.
My mother's from Grenada.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Of course. I mean, there's so many
Caribbean kind of thing. A lot of
Right.
us are. I mean, a lot of us have that kind of background.
Right.
Because there was a lot of inter-island
in
exchange
general,
and
I
travel,
have life insurance.
especially in the, I would say in the 40s, 50s, 60s.
All right, though that's what you said.
There's a lot of
Well, no.
interchange
Like,
between
life
the islands.
insurance and like wealth
Mainly
management.
because a lot of them hadn't yet got their
Yeah,
independence.
so like we like
So
wealth
that
management, like laws
they were all quote
opportunities, whatever, so I was
unquote,
doing that
at
with
least the
him.
ones, the
And so I heard
English
he was
ones, were
getting evicted,
subjects
so
of
like I'm still like
Of
working,
Britain.
but
so that
he
what
doesn't
happened
really
is that
talk
they
about
were,
it,
you
but,
know,
like,
could
Elijah
go
was
from
like, don't
island
help
to
him with
island
anything.
fairly.
Right.
And then, like,
Easily.
message
So
people,
I don't know enough about the Caribbean, honestly, because I have, I work with
so like
somebody from Guyana, and he said he's from the Caribbean, and then we're all like, but wait, it's not an island. He goes, yeah, but we describe ourselves as Caribbeans, right?
Yes, even though they're mainland, if they're on the mainland of
Right.
Oh, he just like
South
lets
American
people like sleep in his
continent.
bed every night?
There are
No, there's like a
countries
it's a big
that are
apartment. It's
defined
like
as Caribbean.
it's like a 2-bedroom.
It is somewhat
Oh, so he's
a
always there.
geopolitical
Yes,
framework,
I know.
Right.
but
There's like
because
a loophole
clearly it
with,
can't
like,
be
Airbnb,
the
but
fact,
if
you know,
the
it's
people
not
are
an
there,
island, it's not the
yeah.
archipelago,
And
Right.
but it has to
while
do
the
with,
Airbnb
I think,
people are there,
the
then-
history of
and the
those
Airbnb people
territories
there only
in
live for 2
comparison
nights
with the
and
history of the archipelago,
then
which might be familiar, might be similar.
Right,
So that you
right.
have, like, Ghana was under
being
British
allowed
rule
to
as
do it.
well,
Right.
that kind of thing. It's English speaking.
Which is
In a
weird,
continent that
because
tends
also-
to be
because I
Spanish
called the
speaking,
cops on him.
in large part Portuguese.
Right, right.
So that people, the people of Guyana and also the people of Suriname, for instance, has Dutch heritage. For some, it just evolved in that way that they were classified more as Caribbean than Latin American or South American.
Okay.
Even though they do reside clearly on the South American continent, the countries on the South American continent.
he's like, he doesn't care.
So it's
you want to move out.
just like the Caribbean, all kinds of mixed up, lovely things that happen.
Exactly, right?
Things are mixed up.
Oh, it's exciting.
Kalaloo, as we call it.
Kalaloo.
Kalalooza is actually a dish.
Yeah, you know,
yes.
when you come, I'm so sorry that I'm on jury duty, y'all. They called me back.
Yes.
So I might be called in again. Like I went into, I was in one of the 20 that they're going to call back to go and make sure to see if I'm going to be called in to actually be on the panel, like go for the whole week.
Yes.
But anyway, out in Jamaica, Queens, it's really heavy, the African diaspora, but also the Caribbean.
Yes.
You say Caribbean, right?
Caribbean, yes.
Caribbean.
Because it comes from the word Carib.
Yeah, my uncle
Okay.
The Caribs, the word Carib was actually the word assigned to one of the First Peoples, the tribes of the First Peoples.
Okay.
But Carib is really
exactly like
a European term. So the real name actually is Kalinago.
Kalinago.
Kalinago is actually what one would or have originally called the Caribs. And there were other groups as well. The Arawaks, the Warahoons, there were many others.
Yeah.
But the Caribs were one of the largest groups, the most influential in the time when the First Peoples were dominant in the area.
Yeah.
So that Caribbean comes from Carib. Carib.
I feel like we all
Oh wow, thank you. Nobody's ever talked about that.
Except you all say Pirates of the Caribbean. Everything else is Caribbean.
Right, it's Caribbean.
And then even people in the Caribbean say Caribbean. So it's I guess, again, everybody understands what you're talking about, so it's fine. But really, in terms of the etymology of the word, the history of the word, it really is Caribbean.
Because we have the spirit in Jamaica. We have at the Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning, we have the spirit of the Caribbean.
Yes.
And that's our big festival. We just had this summer, we had 7 consulates from the different areas there. And so there's 14? Is there 14 altogether or more?
There could well be.
Yeah, I mean, somebody threw that number out there, and I haven't done my research. But we really want to engage absolutely everybody in that conversation. And this is like, are you kidding? We could do a summer thing together. It would be spectacular.
Indeed.
But then we have the... in fact, yours is coming. See, yours is late too. September. Yours is October. And then we have something
before.
Yeah. Well, we have to. I like doing residencies and exchanges. You start small, and you do exchanges. And now that we're talking about Cocoa Dance Festival again. I'd love for you to talk about your artwork yourself as a dancer.
Yes.
What is your style? Did you create your own vocabulary? How do you want to talk about Trinidad or Tobago dance? Trinidad and Tobago dance style? Or is there? Give us a bit of history about that.
Well, I'm so glad I wrote that chapter, so I can talk about it.
Oh, good. So wait, you wrote a chapter.
I wrote a chapter for the Ministry of Education on the history of Trinidad and Tobago dance. And you cannot describe anybody's dance in, what was it, like 20-something pages.
Of course not.
At least it sort of starts to talk about how we developed, that same question you're asking me, how we develop as dancers and what our dance styles are like. And to me, that's rooted very squarely in the largest ethnic populations of Trinidad and Tobago, which would be the people of African descent and the people of East Indian descent.
African and East Indian.
Yes.
What would you consider East Indian? You have to speak louder.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to repeat it really loud.
Where's the mic?
Right there. Speak in the mic, yeah.
And so it's people who came from the Indian subcontinent, okay, chiefly from northern India,
okay,
as indentured laborers after the abolition of the slave trade and of the period of enslavement. So after that period, when the colonial powers were still active and wanted to still have their way with sugar, or in your case, tobacco or cotton
Right.
or whatever it is.
In my case, as in the United States?
Yes, because
Okay.
you would have had that.
That was where we put our money or our
Yes.
our
Well, that's
businesses?
where you would have, yes. And I mean, that was after you had the abolition of the slave trade or slavery
Right.
much later than did the Caribbean.
I know.
But in terms in our case, what happened is that this large population of people of African descent were now free to do what they wanted, and of course the trauma of being on places like plantations was so great that I don't think they opted to go back and work for the people who they felt had oppressed them. So that those people had to find other people to work the land, and that's where they found that a lot of people in India.
Oh, okay.
So that, in fact, the largest single group in Trinidad and Tobago is of Indian descent.
Okay.
And it was sort of neck and neck for a while, but within the last, I think from the last census, or maybe 2 censuses ago, you would find that the Indian population is greater. And so from that, you have the traditions that manifest themselves in very different ways, the dance traditions. With the African tradition, there's a level of hybridity that you don't find with the Indian. And that is squarely because you have people who were not allowed to express their culture, the Africans, but did it anyway,
Right.
in different forms of resistance.
Right.
And then you had the people who came after, the people from the Indian subcontinent, that were allowed to keep their culture, who were allowed to keep their culture. So that,
And that's because slavery wasn't, it was because they were indentured servants in a sense?
correct,
Okay.
because they were contracted basically.
Okay.
Although the conditions of indentureship were much like the
That of
conditions
slavery,
enslavement.
yeah.
Right? So that a lot of the time they had it as hard on many levels, but they still were allowed to keep certain things, traditions, etc., much more actively than were the Africans.
Yeah.
And then, of course, even before any of this happened, you had the first peoples. Those, the autochthonous peoples, as we call them, they were
You call them what?
autochthonous. They're
Autochthonous.
Yes, they're basically first people. Whatever kind, you have them too.
Yeah,
So your
the Native
nations-
American here.
Yes,
Yeah.
your nations
Right.
would be that. And essentially, they had their own dances for specific purposes, usually for the hunt, for rain,
Right.
for those things to connect with the earth,
Yeah.
as most first peoples do. And those, unfortunately, for the most part, are lost. The Spanish came to Trinidad first. They didn't go to Tobago, but they landed in Trinidad. Christopher Columbus landed in Trinidad, and the Spanish influence started to happen with the dance, so that you had you had this sort of amalgamation of First Peoples movements and Spanish movements or Spanish influences. And then you also had this out and out European influences, because around that time, well, let's fast forward to say like the mid 18th century, late 18th century. There was in the late 18th century, around 1783, there was a sedular population. The Spanish, Trinidad and Tobago was basically a backwater. Nobody really wanted it.
Yeah.
It's just the weirdest thing, but everybody wanted the smaller island because it was more, Tobago was more strategic.
Oh.
Remember, everybody was at war.
Bye, Sean.
See everyone.
Good to see you. Thank you for popping in.
Have a good evening.
You gonna go jogging?
You going back to Jersey?
He doesn't jog to Jersey today.
Jog to Jersey. Okay, so
So basically, Tobago, because all these countries were busy colonizing everybody else, they
Right.
were, the European countries they were always at odds with each other, sometimes at war with each other.
Right.
Therefore, Tobago, being the more easterly island, they could have a better vantage point to see if anybody else was coming. Basically, that's one of the deals. And then the sugar industry took root more in Tobago than it did in Trinidad initially. And so at the end of the 18th century, around 1783, there was this thing called, the Spanish decided they had claimed Trinidad before, many moons before. And they didn't want to develop it, but they would give it to the French to develop it. So they gave this kind of deed, a cedula of population, meaning you can come and populate the island, develop it, and probably give us some kind of money for it or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what that deal was.
Yeah.
Those deals have been going on since then, right?
Right. That's still good, right?
And so a lot of people from the French planters from other parts of the Caribbean came to Trinidad and populated Trinidad and started to develop their own plantations. When that happened, because they were already creolized, meaning that they were already in the Caribbean, they had already been influenced. The dance had already been influenced by the Africans that they had under their thumbs, and therefore a new set of dances started to emerge and to spread through the Caribbean as the settler population came to Trinidad. So people came from Martinique, from Guadeloupe, they came from Haiti, they came from all these places to populate and to develop Trinidad. So that is when, in fact, the carnival started, because the French brought that kind of pre-Lenten festival because of it being Catholic.
Right, yeah.
And then the Africans turned it on its head and made it the carnival that we know today, which is one full of resistance and empowerment and inversion and all sorts of things that carnivals are all over the world, and they just did it in their own way. And so you have a lot of dancing.
So basically, the French came with a party, and the black folks turned it up. We came in and was like,
well said.
It ain't a party. This ain't a party, bro. Which we do.
Gotta do the do.
Right. I'm just here to speak the truth.
Wait, where's the applause button?
So my nice like flowery language, that's it.
Yeah,
To its core.
Yeah, you can translate for it.
Hey, that's all I heard was like, we came in and we got it lit. That's what I heard. The French came to party, but we came
Well,
to
the
get
Portuguese started something.
Okay.
Right? And then the French joined, the prissy French. And then the African community just took over.
Gosh, carnival is its own life. Really
all over the world. It is amazing.
At the same time, it's at the same time for every country, right?
No, not for every country.
No.
It's carnival.
the festival out here is not when it is in Trinidad.
Well, America's tough. America doesn't do
No, but even in the other islands, it's not always at the time.
How come we got it left out of the? I mean, I guess they do Mardi
No,
Gras,
you have to go down to New Orleans. It's not left out.
Well, we have Juve in Brooklyn.
Yes, you have Juve in Brooklyn.
Juve in Brooklyn. And
Juve,
and then the festival is the next day.
Juve is a term
I love
called
You're a little girl.
No, I don't want to leave out.
Croissant.
Juve is a croissant. Juve is Jour ouvert.
It sounded like
Open the
Jew
day.
Day.
Yeah. No.
Jewish.
What did you say? Oh, Jew
like
Day?
Jew Day.
No.
Day.
No.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
That's Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah, everyone.
Jour
Yes.
ouvert
Jew Day.
gets contracted into Juve in the creolized version.
Jew Day, okay.
So it's open the day, which means that was really when what we call, I can't get into the whole thing now, it's called Jamet Carnival, right? And Jamet Carnival is where it was really raunchy, and people would come and the drummers would come, and the dancers and the ladies of the night or whoever it was just upset the whole aristocracy and centocracy.
Get it lit.
Right.
Buy up.
Like, y'all don't have this right. We have it right.
Yeah, here we go.
And so I'm skipping out a lot of the history.
Well, it's every year. It's Memorial Day, right? Well, the day before Memorial.
You mean in
Labor Day?
you mean in the United
Brooklyn.
States? Yes,
In
Brooklyn.
It's the
But
day
then there are
before Labor Day.
carnivals. Now listen, not to be Tobago Carnival has spawned carnivals all over the world. But I'll tell you, the three carnivals that happen at the same time for sure, in this part of the world are Trinidad, New Orleans, and Brazil.
Okay.
And that's because this is my theory, that the Catholic presence and the African presence was so strong in the history of those countries that is how it stayed in that period, to have it in that period. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what that is. But a lot of carnivals have been spawned from Trinidad and Tobago
Yeah, there's
carnivals.
like Carnival and Italy and
Yes.
all of those, the big ones.
Well, no, but remember, carnivals really, I would think, originated in Europe in
Okay.
that sense.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Lenten.
because yes,
The
the
mask.
freelancer,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
the masking and all of that.
Yeah.
But the way it is reinterpreted is really in those three areas.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Brazil,
New Orleans,
and
Trinidad.
Yeah.
That's I want to go. It's
Yeah.
around my birthday in February, so I want to go.
Yes.
Is your birthday in February?
And it happens whenever
Me too.
it's the 2
Get
days
out.
before Lent.
Bullshit.
Whenever
Right.
Actually, so-
Ash Wednesday.
before
Right?
right, exactly.
Alright, so we're
The 2
gonna
days before
Fat
Lent.
Tuesday. Fat Tuesday. Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Right.
We have
We just found out. Her
We
birthday's
have
the
Mardi
same day as
Gras.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah.
Go get it! Two Pisces?
I don't know about these two together.
Oh, me Lordy.
Yeah, I know.
Pisces are fruits.
Yeah,
Oh, don't say that. La 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 la.
Well, that's what I told you.
I just won.
I ain't claiming it.
Yeah, y'all know everything.
He's my co-host.
No face, no case. I'm not claiming any of it.
Yeah, so that's it, and that's how a lot of the dance. In fact, we were talking about dance, and I got caught up with carnival. But basically, that's a lot of the dancing. In fact, this whole notion of winding, right, which is winding the hips,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
that came out of the whole Janet Carnival.
Cake and wine.
Good for you.
I can.
I'm happy to hear.
At the party, we went to go see Burgundy, and Kate was like, I was like, all right, Kate.
And that's nothing. Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
I've been
That's
dancing
the go-go.
since
That's the go-go.
Well, no.
You gotta wine it. It's wine and go-go.
No, she says.
It's not just popping. It's wine and go-go.
I'm blocking
I've
driving.
been dancing since I was a baby girl, and I told you my sister's nephew was a
So you've
musicologist.
been whining since you was
Since yes, I was crumping too. That's what I thought was so funny because like Oboade and his dance, they stayed with us. So he's from Ghana.
Right.
So all the women were amazing dancers, and when kids are kids.
Yes.
Everybody's accepted. Everybody dances
Yes.
together, and you move, and nobody cares. And the kids don't care how you move. You know how we move.
Yeah.
So and then there's no religious don't move like that. You little 4-year-old.
Kate was popping that.
Let's do more like this. Yeah, but when it was funny when I first started seeing crumping going on, and I'm like, that is not from the United States, you guys.
That was just like a southern, it was almost like step with more aggression.
Did you ever see the movie Rise?
Yes.
Yes, I did see Rise. Yeah.
Fascinating.
You did see Rise? It's great.
The African
It's great.
sort of origins of the whole upper body movement, etc.
Yeah.
I just thought that was amazing.
It is amazing. But I was just with some young people who just don't even remember, they did step dance, right? And they call it hip hop. I'm still like,
Well, let's step hip hop. Well,
there is no hip hop, but it's step hip hop. It's
and
not
there's
hip hop.
competitions.
Well, big ones.
The girls
have
step.
step teams and stuff.
Yeah, like school we have a.
Yeah, but you just don't call it hip hop. I'm
For the
sorry.
girls.
I'm old school.
But I mean, no. Having a competition in high school step, but I guess they turned it into.
I'm like, you're stupid. I know. Thank you very much.
But my question is,
I always
do
wanted to go to a
the
dance class.
do the sororities and the fraternities respect those outside of the culture that do step hip hop? You know what I mean? Because it was really just a sorority or
Yes.
or
Fraternity,
thing.
yeah.
Started there.
And they were really protective of, like it's like gangs.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
you get
protective.
disappointed in it.
So my question is it respected now? Because a lot of kids do it.
I
And they-
question.
And they do
I don't know
it.
think
enough
they still
about
have
that
step
culture
teams.
to
For sure. They still have step. I've seen it on TV.
No, they have them. They have step teams, but I'm saying it was such a college thing.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
totally.
And they were very
yeah.
protective of
Yes.
it. Now
It was
that it's
tribal almost.
right. So
Yeah,
now
yeah, it
it's
was-
now that it's
yeah.
an outside, like you don't have to be in college or in a fraternity or sorority
Right.
to be a step team.
no, I
That's
think it's a
interesting.
little
So
more,
is
more people
my
do it.
question right? So my question
Yeah,
is
for
it
sure.
do they give it a pass? Because you couldn't even pretend like you couldn't pretend to be a Q. Nowhere.
Cube?
Q dog.
What's a cube dog?
That's one of the
Yeah, it's one of the
fraternities.
fraternities.
Fraternity.
Like
Oh, okay, that did.
You can't be. No, you can't.
Like,
It's
okay.
like even my hip hop friends who are totally old school.
Uh-huh.
They're like K-pop. Oh my god, that's not hip hop. You know, they're that's like. I hate that shit.
that's how deep rooted it was.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
more like an emotional, like,
Yeah,
it's releasing it,
We should find somebody. We should get like your
That's a
radio
whole
show.
movie waiting to be done.
It is. I'm sure there is a step battle. There's an old one.
There's got to be a fraternity sorority
There's a
movie
yeah.
out.
There,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
not with the new
question you
stuff.
ask is very interesting. Is that what has become of it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do people approach it now, and how do they feel emotionally?
Right, now that it's
About
not
that.
such a closed circle thing, yeah.
Exactly. That's a whole
Yeah,
different
sharing with the
question.
world. What are people? Yeah, that is a big question.
Yeah, it's a big question.
Because I do know there's some fraternities that join these competitions that are like the hip hop competitions or whatsoever. But then is there like the hardcore people who are still like,
I feel like there's gotta be.
nah, you know what I mean?
Well, but I mean, I feel like if it's a competitive sport, then like there's gotta be those people that are still like, protecting it.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Like,
Yeah,
there gotta be
purists.
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 Yeah, purists. But I
Yeah.
feel like there's probably less of them now than there were in the past. You know what I'm saying? So there's probably those people that are still holding it down true, and then like, they're a little bit more understanding of the other people that are doing it. You know what I mean? Like they're like not gonna go fight them, but like they don't necessarily respect them.
Right.
Yeah, I have some people. Let me see if I can get one of.
You
I know
he
some
does this. He
sorority.
disappears into his phone.
This is how I get subscribers. This is how I get our subscribers. Kate, most of the subscribers is people that I know. And that's because I'm over here. I'm over here like this. Like through the phone, I'm doing what I'm doing over here. I'm making it happen. It's magic, baby.
People that I know.
Magic. Ooh, it's magic. Well, I'm trying to get people. My people who promised that they did it. I'm like, okay, fine.
But that's good. You keep it going.
I keep it going while he puts his head down.
Right.
Exactly. No, get
They knows
somebody.
me. Y'all knows me, right? But nah,
I've watched people subscribe, but there's this privacy thing. I didn't even know it. If you're in privacy, you can't see that we have thousands of subscribers. All of you, thousands of subscribers, unprivate yourselves.
Unprivate yourself. We want to know who you are.
We want swag. We want swag.
We want sponsors.
Exactly. There we go. Yeah. Sponsors and swag. Yeah.
Sponsor Instagram. Send me your clothes.
I have a question about dance.
Yes.
In Trinidad and Tobago. And it's not necessarily specific. Well, yes, it is. It's a question that I have about the Caribbean. In the sense, I saw a Jamaican dance company. They said, this is traditional Caribbean, Jamaican dance. Right. And I thought, this will be interesting to see. And I did, when I went to the Coco Dance Festival, I did see some of the traditional, kind of like, it's like Santeria. I don't know if it's Santeria. What is the religious?
Orisha.
It's Orisha. And then there's a Christian element in it.
It's very much
and
syncretic.
Django is
Shango.
Shango.
Shango is one of the deities.
Yeah.
And
He's
back in the days, he used to be called the religion in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
So the religion we call him, I should say, Shango religion, but it really is the Orisha religion,
yeah.
of which Shango is one of
There's
the deities.
13 Orishas, right? Is
I
it
think there are
in
more,
Trinidad?
depends.
I know there are hundreds.
Yeah, there are
my
more.
aunt is actually the keeper in my family.
Oh, okay, great.
My aunt is.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be, but it's not. It's not.
Right, well, that's
I'm actually. It gives me the creeps. But yeah, because it's supposed to be generations. One from each generation to take care of the spirits,
Right.
the ancestors.
And it was supposed to be you.
Yeah.
And Shango is
I'm the
yours?
first.
Somebody else now who's taking care of it?
No, my aunt's still doing it.
Okay, your aunt's still doing
Yeah.
it. Why does it give you the creeps though? I'm interested.
I mean, because I know the world is real. I just don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a whole different world.
Yeah.
So you're
And your
gonna
mind has to, you have to really be, because I'm not that stable. I'm here, I'm telling you now, I'm admitting it. Live.
So, but your spirit, your family spirit, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but is Shango, yeah? Because I know Lazaro is a dear friend of Lazaro.
I think my aunt is is it Orisha?
There's many Orishas.
No, no. I'm trying to remember
The deity.
yeah. It's one of the ladies, it's one of the female.
Yemaya?
No.
Or Yemandra? It depends on
The
what country
water?
you're talking
No.
about. Oshun?
Oshun. That's my aunt. Shango is on me.
Okay.
It's red and black beads, I believe.
Well, yes.
It's red and black
In
beads.
this part of the world.
So my aunt has Oshun, and Shango is on me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's going to be wearing the Wookiee onesie and by
No,
next year.
No.
You can make the Wookiee sound.
But
So
it's interesting.
what I was amazed only because I was raised around a lot of traditional masters
Yes.
from Africa,
Right.
and most of them were healers. And this is I went into medical anthropology partly because my sister's ethnomusicology, being surrounded by a lot of African musicians and dancers, and they all come with
Yeah. Very interesting.
yeah, and so, well, I don't talk to it often except to people who are interested because, it's like, no. But it changes one's way of thinking when you're surrounded by, especially professors who are healers, and then we would have a lot of their dance companies come in, we would sponsor them.
Yes.
So they would live with us.
Yes.
So, you're cooking sajda, you're cooking the food, you're eating with them, you're dancing with them, you get to play, I know how to play the drums and everything. And so it's, so coming from that perspective of the traditional, straight from Africa, and then talking about traditional out of an Afro-diaspora, like the diaspora, the African diaspora, I was kind of flummoxed in a sense. I just didn't know how to respond to it as an outsider.
Right.
Looking in with the perspective of tradition,
Yes.
where does I know within the community there's another language and a vocabulary, so you understand it completely in your culture when you're out on stage. Something that
Most
looks
people do, yes.
right.
Most of us who create work in this, that depicts one of the deities also,
right.
you are really duty bound to know what you're doing,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Before, and I mean, there's no problem in depicting. I mean, I have a dance that I choreographed for Yemanja, but I'm not Orisha. So what I did is I consulted with people who are Orisha and made sure that I was not disrespecting anything.
Right. Right.
Even though I was using my voice and my choreographic style to bring the production to life,
Right.
I did not want to be disrespecting anybody.
Right.
So that you, like in any form of research, you would go to the fountainhead, to the
Right,
people.
yeah.
I went to that Babalao, who's a good friend of mine, and I said, listen, come and see this. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. If I'm doing anything wrong, because I try not to do anything wrong,
Right,
but
but do it
because
right,
I'm
too.
not in the religion.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to make sure that I've done the right thing.
Yeah.
And he came and he made one change. I was doing it with Yamandra, and I had these oars because she's of the sea. So there was a gesture that I was doing with these oars. And he just made a joke. He said, "You see that little small oars you have there? That won't do."
Oh, I love that.
They're like pot spoons. Get bigger oars.
So did you change the movement?
I didn't change the movement because the dancers were able to manipulate the bigger oars because I didn't have huge oars.
Right.
the
But you
little-
had
the
a
little
prop.
oars,
Was like,
sorry, no.
small party.
That is
So you didn't have to like change the gesture because that prop was the oar was on the stage. Is that
They were
correct?
holding the oars at one
okay.
point. Right, they came in for one of the entrances. They came in with the oars.
I see.
And it was a gesture as if they were going through the sea. Right? Mm-hmm. But he just wanted them to be bigger. So I did.
That was lovely. That is so cute. Though. They're not getting anywhere with those.
No.
Those are not battle oars.
But I really appreciated it because, again, I want to do right by it.
Yeah.
You're an artist, but I think one has a responsibility to the larger picture.
Yeah.
Of anything. It doesn't have to be the Orisha faith, it could be anything.
Yeah.
And you are free to depart from the purest kind of framework of it, but you need to know what you're departing from.
To do that.
To do
right.
that.
Yeah. No, for me, it's a conundrum in a sense because our world is so mixed culturally, and we pick things up, and especially here in the United States, I'm sure you've been listening and watching and watching how we're going through. Like, oh, you can't do that because you're not of our culture, or you're stealing that idea from us. And you're, like what I thought was real interesting. This is America. Who sang that? What's his name? Brilliant song and video.
Yeah.
And he did the stanky leg.
Yeah, Donnie, Glover.
He didn't do Stinky Leg.
But no, he has
His dancers have stanky
Oh, he
leg
did
there.
it? Oh, I thought you said he
And
did the
the sounds
This is
song.
America.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is America. Right.
Oh, I love that.
I know it's a really, and I love that video. It's shocking. I've watched it over and over. I still love it, and I love him. He's so amazing.
Stanky leg is what America is.
Yeah, but South Africans were like, dude, you stole stanky leg from us.
Right.
And appropriated it.
Yeah.
Shocking.
And I thought that was really fascinating because there's this whole like in music, everybody like in bluegrass, blues,
Yes.
everybody borrows from each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So musicians don't quite get the battle that's going on in dance, or don't quite get the battle in other places there's you stole my beat, like in hip hop, for instance, or beatboxing and stuff, because it's kind of like here's this phrase, you take it now, and you go with it, and that's very folksy.
Yes.
And bluegrass comes from roots. It's the same thing with tap and dance like that. And when it's rootsy, I just had a big conversation about this.
Right.
And like a friend and a person we know is my ex-boyfriend.
Nameless.
Yeah. my dear somebody we all love. He's doing a Changui project out of Cuba, and we just had a big conversation about Changui in Guantanamo is different than the Changui in Havana. Because Havana is...
Hold on, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
I asked Shaniqua to sign on.
That's how we evolve. We don't steal, we borrow. Oh, thanks, Shaniqua. See? Yep.
And she might know the answer to this question, and the question is what I asked earlier.
Yes.
In the sororities and fraternities, with them being so close-knit, I had asked personally, and I said, now that there's like outsiders doing steps and hip-hop step or whatsoever, should I say, is it shunned upon in the fraternities and the sororities, the people who are really into the culture? Let's see.
So it's I just typed her and she will now hear because we're delayed a little bit.
Yeah,
Right,
so she
And
gets
so
a delay.
she'll respond.
I think the thing in dance though is that I think it's the level of marginalization that people would have felt before any quote unquote act of appropriation takes place.
Yes.
That determines how badly they feel about it, how
Yeah.
bad they feel about it.
Right.
So that if you feel that, you know, because I've been to places in like Soweto and seen their dance, etc., etc. And if you, you know, if you're in Soweto and you see that some very, very popular American star who something to which you aspire
Right.
has taken the only thing you have,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
that's when it gets really
painful.
painful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no,
Yeah.
and I think that the sense of acknowledgement, or you know, the need for acknowledgement is felt,
Yeah.
and that is when it starts to get kind of dicey. Now, I don't know why it's more touchy in dance, but it is.
It's very touchy.
And I think it's more
that's it.
because it's more of a visual medium, you know. I think that's it. Oh, she's answering.
Step is a form, but you wanna.
I'm asking.
It's a
Now
form.
that there's like step, like hip hop step, and people who are not in the community, they're having contests, and there's these different groups. My question is it frowned upon, or is it accepted? Because the majority of stepping is done with people who are in sorority or fraternity.
It says, as stepping was put together, each one borrowed from the art of an African dance to tell the story, the seduction, and love the moment. Our bodies is a temple and embodies the story. Remember, music moves. Step is a form of creating and displaying a story. The story is to be told through our dance. It's all about the story.
Hey. So, all right, I don't know. It's a delay, so I don't know if you got it. But my question is,
Jeez. She was not impressed.
Oh no, she knew the. So probably walk back down. Wait, it's all accepted. We embrace it as a great form of what we do. So they embrace hip-hop, stepping. Okay. Yeah, the appropriation question is really big because like Elvis is the perfect example of stealing, like completely appropriating from gospel, and that is not Elvis.
I know it's not Elvis, but
That's his point.
that's my point.
But was that something that Elvis tried to do?
You with me, right?
No, I'm
Y'all
not.
with me, right?
Confused.
Kate, get with me.
I'm with you. Oh, we were talking about
A moment of irony.
the roots of what Elvis stole. I know, but it's even pre that. That's what I'm talking. I'm actually talking about where it. I'm sorry. Now I'm getting serious. Because
He's still alive, isn't he?
No. Oh wait, he might be. He
No,
could be
not
on the
Elvis.
moon.
Not Elvis.
Oh, because I was going to say, don't look at
No,
me.
not Elvis.
I don't know.
Tutti Frutti.
Too many rumors.
Kate's gonna catch up.
Sorry, yes.
Little Richard,
Yeah. Is Little Richard still alive?
I think he is.
Yeah, but no. Okay, Little Richard is a whole person unto himself.
But till this day, he will tell you. What would he say? What would he say? Till this day.
Tell me. There's a lot that
He
Little
will.
Richard
He
would
will
say.
tell you till this day. Elvis stole his style. Excuse me.
Well, yeah, he stole, but it's even worse than that. That's what I'm talking about. Is Elvis
Going
took
back further than that.
way back further than that. Elvis lived in a tiny little place. Elvis actually did have a commitment.
There's
to
a
this whole
movie
thing.
though. There's a movie where Elvis went into a bar, a black bar. I can't remember what movie it is.
James Brown might say something too. Was James after Little Richard?
James was after.
Yeah.
Little Richard was
Right.
after. So there's a bar. In this movie, I can't remember what movie it is. There is a scene where Elvis goes into a bar, and it's a young Little Richard in the black bar. Like he went to because the story was you know, they had different bars, like
Yeah,
in the black little communities, and he went there, and Little Richard was playing at the time. So that was the whole insinuation
That he stole it.
that's where he got it from.
Oh.
Because he wasn't singing like that before that. He was singing,
Right.
but he wasn't singing until
But
he
he
went to that
stole
bar.
much more. But yeah, you're right. But he stole much more than that. Like he stole from gospel. He stole from blues that he heard in the little town.
Right.
So he heard all. And the problem is, he was actually a musician who borrowed. It was everybody around him too. The whole business wasn't going to like support Little Richard, so they all pushed it over to Elvis. Now I'm not apologizing for Elvis and his shit. He should have been much more responsible than that. But
She said he is still alive.
yeah.
And she said the inappropriate. The inappropriate is
when our
when.
letters are worn. And that's when they draw the line.
That's when
Okay.
they draw the line and stepping. If
Okay,
you're wearing
with
the
their
letters and you're not.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's like wearing like colors
just
and
cause
stuff.
for drawing the line.
Yes. No, I can dig that. I can dig that. But she did say Little Richard is still alive.
Yeah. And he has, I think he draws on his mustache.
Does he draw
He
that?
always. I saw one
And it was a little crooked.
He's getting old.
Yeah, but this is the big thing, and it's really sad because sometimes. Hi. Oh, hey!
What are you doing tonight?
I know we got beer, peanuts,
You
plantains.
should open a bar. Everyone's allowed to drink outside, supposedly.
So, would you like a taste of the ginger
No,
beer?
oh yeah, a little bit. Yes.
Yeah. This is Sonia. She's visiting from
Sonia?
Trinidad.
Hi, nice to meet
From
you.
Trinidad?
Yes,
Sean.
Trinidad and Tobago, yes.
Sean,
Sean.
He's an artist in the neighborhood.
He's one of our regular guests.
One of our regular guests. There you go. You're welcome very much.
Cheers,
And you know
guys.
Marissa.
I'm here.
And Marissa's now become a.
Well, I live in the building.
And I just found out she has the same birthday as me.
Yes.
I know.
No.
Yes.
Same year?
How ironic.
No.
Not the year, but the
No.
date.
Sonia, are you like, when's your birthday?
I'm still
December
born in the 80s.
December what?
9th.
Oh, I'm second.
Did you?
Oh, what does that make you?
Wait a minute.
That makes you.
I got a question.
Oh.
Sagittarius.
Did you? Has anybody watched The Deuce?
Reputation. There's not,
The
there's nothing
Deuce.
too bad about
You
Sagittarian.
watched The Deuce?
Sages are
No.
great.
The Deuce?
No.
So nobody. So this series is good. It's the last season. So if you haven't watched it, and
Watch
if you
it.
grew up, you were around here in the '80s when 42nd was 42nd Street.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yo, this season, and it's Franco. What's his name?
I know him, yes. Franco.
Franco.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's playing He's playing his brother. He's playing himself, like his
His brother?
Like he's playing
James
two characters.
Franco.
James Franco.
Mhm.
He's playing
Yeah.
one character. And he's playing the character's brother.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
This season, it hit me so hard because I remember this season was totally about when AIDS hit.
Right. Which devastated.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and then when the crime bosses in New York was changing over, because it was the show was completely about how the porn industry started and coming out of 42nd Street, and how it hit in the porn industry and how hard it was the hysteria that New York went through
Yeah.
because nobody knew what was going on.
Exactly.
This season is really good. It's the last season. If you haven't watched it,
What's it on?
it is on HBO.
HBO.
Okay.
The Deuce.
The dude.
All right, I'm gonna watch it.
Because I
That's my
remember
new.
42nd Street back then.
The only thing
Yeah,
was
I
crazy.
saw it back
Yeah.
then too.
that was in the
Back in
80s.
Yeah, in 80,
Yeah, I
86
remember
when I first
that.
came. I got mugged on Bleecker Street midday.
Midday.
Midday. I mean, that's pretty,
That's kind of
yeah, like I should have known better. But it's just, I
You should have known better. Like you were
Well,
walking down
I
the
mean-
street during the daytime. You
I was on a
know,
s-
I got
no.
mugged.
I was on the subway and I was new to the city, but I went to get off on one side of the station, then decided I need to get off on the other side, so I walked on the platform. And then there was just two guys, one on either side. But at midday, it made me feel this city's rough.
Yeah.
And the first week I was here,
Wow.
it was
It was
rough.
it.
And
It
then
was
a
crazy.
gallery stole all these drawings I gave to them. Not immediately, after a year. They closed down, disappeared. I never got my work back. I thought this is a really messed up, ugly city.
Yeah.
That everyone's going to rip you off. Mm-hmm. And it was rough. There'd be fights on 42nd Street
Yeah.
up there.
Now, I'm a teenager at that time.
Right.
Like, I'm running through, like, we're going down, getting on the trains, going downtown just to hang out, like, and seeing, like, we was kids, we was boys, we was messing with the hookers on, but like playing with them, like we was kids. And
What do you do when you mess with a hooker?
like we would laugh like
Is this live? Is this live?
Yeah. But we're laughing.
My friend, just slow it down a little bit.
I'm being honest. Because it was like everything was in the windows. You get there, everything was in the windows. It was nothing hidden.
Yeah.
You saw everything so we're 13 and 14 years old.
You didn't hurt anybody, right?
You know what I mean?
You just laughed and pointed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it hurt anybody. We were
But it was aggressive though. Fights on the streets.
Yeah,
It
like,
was a hustle going on. It was rough.
like people like nowadays, you growing up, you don't see a pimp like that. You don't see a pimp in the
Yeah,
street.
just
Where
chilling.
42nd Street, you could walk in 42nd Street and you see this. You tell people the story now, they get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
But this neighborhood too. This was a really rough
Yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah. They say it, you know? But it's I watched the show and it gave me every piece of
And it's
age.
realistic.
Yeah,
It really shows the silhouette it was.
The scenes where they're shooting and everything, it just because there's still blocks that still look like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That hasn't
Ones
changed.
that are off for
Right.
9th and 10th.
Yeah. So they're filming in there. I don't know why. I don't know why they're ending it, but they're ending it on a great topic right now.
Which is AIDS?
Yes. One guy, his boyfriend is dying, but he's in theater, and his boyfriend is like, why do you want to stop doing what you're doing? You love what you do. He was like, it's obvious that I'm not getting any better. I'm dying.
Oh.
You know, like so.
Like not as active.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
dying. It's physically.
Yeah, it's real. This season took me. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. If you haven't,
I'm gonna watch it. No, I haven't watched it. I've heard the name, but
James Franco did.
I'm fascinated by that.
He really did his thing as far as producing and directing the show.
Right.
He surprised me.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's a pretty decent actor.
Yes.
But to produce and direct the show, he did really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
And to be authentic about it too.
So and in order to do that, you got to know you grew up here.
Yeah. Like even this area, because the Alphabet City, A, B, C, D. There was even an association with all of those avenues. There was Avenue A, you're okay. Avenue B, be careful. Avenue C, caution. Avenue D, you're dead.
Wow.
And that used to be the identity of the neighborhood.
Right.
And even though when you go down Avenue D, it's become very gentrified, it's still, you transition from one avenue to another and you're in a different place. It's not violent, it's not rough, but you realize that it's a different place that is not changed so much because there's a lot of projects there. It's not, there's nothing bad about it at all, but it's you know that you're now in another place.
Right.
You know there was a
And you behave
shooting.
a little bit differently.
A different atmosphere.
Yeah, you behave a little bit differently, a little more
Tompkins Square
thoughtfully.
Park. There's a shooting last
Where?
night.
Tompkins
Square Park.
Last night?
Or yes, no, not yet. Not last night. The night prior to last night.
What happened? Was
2 nights
someone
ago.
killed?
I don't know. All I know
I don't
is I
think they were
heard
killed.
shooting.
Oh, you heard shooting?
No, no.
Heard there
The
was-
watchers, the neighborhood watchers. We have watchers. There's somebody I wouldn't mind.
No.
Oh boy.
Kate's gonna mumble a name down. Bang.
I gotta press the boxing bell for that one. We can't hear it, but it's on there.
No. It's really. I love this neighborhood. This is like the best neighborhood because we all know we're all getting to know each other. This TV show is the best. I mean, our talk show is the best, right?
Yes, it is.
Which talk
Right.
show? Which show?
Ours.
Yeah.
What do you mean, which talk show?
I
It's
was a TV show.
a talk show, TV talk show.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Ellen DeGeneres is gonna come here one day.
Excellent.
So this is YouTube. I guess YouTube. You don't call it TV. What do you call it?
I don't know.
Live streaming.
It's live streaming.
It's live, right?
We're YouTube.
But is it being recorded at the same time?
Yes.
Or you record it and then you
Yeah.
post it?
So I'll say
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go to our. Did you subscribe yet?
I did.
Please?
Yes,
oh,
I did.
but you had to unprivate yourself because you
I have to
know.
unprivate myself.
So that they know.
It sounds very painful. I don't know. This terminology is questionable.
Like on air?
Now?
Well, maybe
Did you take them out first?
Dinner, wine.
I gave him ginger beer.
Yeah, one glass. I'll take another one of
Would you
those,
like
please.
another one of
Yeah. No, I'm
That's a cheap
privately.
date.
2 shots. Okay, now unprivate yourself.
2 shots already?
You can look it up on I actually looked it up on Google. And they tell you where to go, like systems, and I don't know, like it goes out of my head. So, but I did do it, and now you can see that I'm a subscriber.
Yeah.
Because we have thousands of subscribers, but they're all private.
You have thousands?
Thousands. Upon
Yeah.
thousands.
No, because you've not been doing it that long. It's only been what, like what?
10 weeks. This is our 10th episode, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You're
was
part of
absent
history right
He was
here
absent.
now.
I was absent last week.
Any issues?
Oh.
Any issues?
The Halloween party is October 26th.
Whose Halloween party?
Our Halloween party.
Front
On the
door.
terrace
Front
here?
top.
Yes.
Just on the terrace, that's it.
Okay.
Under the tent.
I like that you have a tent now.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it is great.
We're gonna get
Great
it.
metaphor as well.
I
You know.
know.
We're contemplating a couch.
Right.
Front talk tent.
Talk tent. A couch is a brilliant idea.
Oh, see.
When people move, but I'm always afraid of bed bugs.
Yeah. We're not taking nobody's couch that was thrown.
No, don't take it off the
out.
street. No, don't do that.
It might be people.
You can
still.
put it out there and take it in, but don't.
Like, hey.
Yeah.
Get the bed bugs.
Yeah, these humans.
Everybody threw it out.
Yeah, we'll worse than bed bugs.
Get rid of somebody. Just
It's bed bugs. No, they're just fighting back. It says it's our time now. It's like, get out of here. You know? What's wrong with you? You're
Bed
like
bugs are blinking.
Oh, you know what I did? You guys will laugh at this. There was a humongous cockroach that came into the apartment.
I got one of those.
They're big.
I got one
like
quarter.
a water bug.
Oh, one of those.
It's probably a watery bug, but anyway.
No, some of them
are.
You're right. But these are actually. There's been some really big roaches. I mean, like.
But the
big,
water
right?
bugs fly.
No, but these are not
No,
water
this
bugs.
wasn't
These
a
are
flying
water
water
bugs are
bug.
more
Do you know
round.
that
These are
cockroaches
cockroaches.
fly, right?
Yeah.
Some fly
Well, not the little ones. Not the,
Yeah.
Not the
not
little
the
ones.
Not
ones.
very
Big
good
one,
though.
yeah,
Big
but
ones.
they're
I had a friend.
They're heavy.
He was running down the block. We was walking down the block.
All right.
And he thought it flew on him. He ran.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. I'm telling on you. He ran like 3 blocks, and he's doing this. And I'm crying. I'm scared.
Oh, you were with him?
Yeah, I'm scared to death of him too. But I couldn't help but laugh. It was so funny.
All right, this.
Cockroaches are right up there with octopus, huh?
Oh, octopus! No, octopus. I love octopus.
Oh,
Let
yes.
me tell you, they will be here.
They will
Oh,
be
they were
here.
surviving. But I tell you, I had a little mouse that been running around. So I put these little humanitarian traps. You know, it's sort of it catches them without killing them. It just like tips a little bit, and then the little front door comes. Do you know what I found in it last week? 2 weeks ago, a cockroach. It was big enough to tip the balance of the mouse trap to shut the door.
That's disgusting.
That is disgusting. And then I thought, how do I get rid of this? You know, what do I do? I'm so sorry. How do I get rid of it? And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna open the trap into a sink of water, because then if it falls in the water, it's not going to be able to do anything. And then I can grab it.
They swim.
It was really fast. And then it can climb a metal vertical wall.
Yes.
These things are indestructible.
That's why I say.
You know, when they suddenly disappear.
They'll be here.
Do you know when they suddenly disappear, like they suddenly like
They get
where
really
did it go?
super flat.
They actually jump over the edge of anything, but they have hooks on their back legs that catch them. But they are literally throwing them, so not crawling over.
They're propelling
That's why they're so fast going over the edges of things.
You can call me for a mouse. You can call me for a rat. Do not call me for no roaches or water bugs. I'm good. I'll be on you. No, you got it. You got it.
I I killed one when I sprayed Raid on it, and it's sitting by my sink, and I won't touch it.
You can't.
It's still there.
It's dead, and it's gross, and I won't.
Throw it away. Just get.
I don't want to touch it.
Take a big piece of
a
napkin.
big bunch of toilet paper. Scrunch up a big piece of toilet paper so it's
I
like
don't feel it.
3 pairs of hands. And then you will not feel contaminated. It's a bit of waste of toilet roll, but
I did the same thing and I left it for the ants. 2 days later, it was gone.
I problem.
I was all right with that.
That's why the food is disappearing from the fridge. I mean, those are some serious New York ants there.
I mean, 2 days later, it was gone. I saw like a leg. It was just a leg there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I opened the door and let it out.
That's all.
I just let it go. I just opened it and skid it out and closed the door.
Do you actually, this is true. Roaches go back to a family. They don't just like hang out by themselves. They go back to a place where there's a lot. They're very, very sociable. They have family.
Like
they
a
go
bar?
back to a. Yeah, they really do.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's like the walls of our apartment.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
There's a
They're in there like, yeah.
There's nephews and nieces. There's mums and dads.
It's
And there's
all
Oh my God.
Right.
so when you knock one of those things off, someone's going to be like lonely. Someone's going, oh,
Yeah.
where's Freddie? Freddie went out for
Freddie went out for a second and never came back.
that chick was out on the floor in the kitchen. He'd be right back. He's always showing off. Where's he been the last 24 hours? The little baby roach crying about, where's Daddy?
I gotta throw Dad
So
out.
think about that.
I gotta throw
They
Dad
eat each other.
I think that's exaggeration.
No, they do. I watched a roach. I watched
Roach eat
these
roaches?
little. Yes, roach eats roaches. That's how they survive.
They eat
Can you switch the topic?
I'm going to check that. That sounds like something you
That
put
sounds
around there by
like-
the right wing.
That's the Republicans.
Giuliani said that. I think Giuliani said that.
Giuliani's.
Roaches eat roaches.
Just
Just like the Democrats.
Just like the Democrats, we eat each other.
It's insane what we're going through. It's
Oh, I
insane.
know. What happened to did anything?
Do you live here?
I do not.
She's
Okay,
visiting.
but politically, you know how crazy this talk about
Yes.
cockroaches? We have the biggest cockroach in the White House right now.
Oh dear, oh dear.
No kidding. He looks like one too.
No.
Keeps his antennae under that.
Barking dog. Barking
You have a
dog.
barking dog.
Yeah, we have a boxing bell. Cookie Monster. Oops, what happened? So, well, I don't know what that happened. Is that
It's on loop.
looping? Yeah, just looped. Cookie Monster. No. Okay, so I was in jury duty today. So, the last thing I saw is that he went nuts tweeting about, what did he tweet about?
Shocking.
Civil War.
Oh, right.
What did he say?
Right.
The Pentecostal preacher somewhere had said, you know, if this continues like this, there's going to be
It's gonna be a civil war.
And
And then-
Trump just amplifies, and he said it several times before. That's exactly the music we need.
No, that was the X-Files.
But Kate, you're right. We have a president talking, inciting civil, not talking about
Inciting it, yeah.
civil
But he did that
war.
before. He said
He's
if
done
the
it several times
NRA, he
before.
said those people, if you even try and impeach me, you know those people with
Wait,
guns are gonna
we're
come
gonna
out.
fight the Confederates?
You know those people.
Actually, those people with guns.
Yeah.
Wait,
NRA
so
folks.
that's the Confederate? What's the?
Not all
No,
Confederates.
not Confederates, just the right wings.
No, this is the right.
The right-wingers.
We're allowed to have
Racist,
guns.
sexist,
They're all the
idiotic.
ists
Right wing, yeah.
and the icks and the ists.
This is a historical fight right now. It's not just here; it's internationally.
Oh, I know.
This is a liquid
Bolsonaro down
Yeah.
in Brazil.
Erdogan in Turkey,
God.
Putin. I mean, this is really
Oh, I
messed
know.
up
Oh,
history.
that's the other thing too. The Putin has to say it's okay.
I'm moving to
This
Canada.
is our history.
Just to to share the conversations. What were they talking about? The P tapes? P tapes.
No, it's worse than that. They're talking about
Of course it's worse
involving
than
themselves in the election. He even asked the Australian president, Prime Minister,
He's
to
asked
help him.
everybody, I'm sure. Help me win.
We've all known this is true. They've never quite caught him. He's like a fucking cockroach. It's like you put your shoe down there and he's over there. And you throw your shoe over there and then he's somehow up on the ceiling. It's like, well, maybe a lot of them, I don't know. But it's like, it's like this is all, like, our lives are creepy right now. There's creepy crawlies all over our souls right now.
It's true.
Right?
Americans
It's
are
really
not a very
messed
happy
up.
bunch of people. We're very stressed out.
Yeah, we are very
Very.
stressed out. We're very stressed out.
I am moving to Canada.
Stressed out, folks.
Canada.
Yes, I agree.
Yep.
Oh,
time is it?
it's 9.
9 o'clock.
Wow. We've been having a good long show
You guys are
tonight.
keeping me out.
Sonia, it was so cool that you got that. You
This
got
is
to
your
be
first.
on
Is your
it.
first day in New York today?
No, not my first day. I'm here for a short visit. But it's my first time sitting on the sidewalk being interviewed with lovely
You are now a
people.
part of New York history, right here. This is now recorded.
Yeah, this is
forever.
documented.
When we become super duper famous, you're going to be super duper famous too.
And what are you doing here?
I am here because I'm going to my old college to teach a workshop at a conference.
Teaching what?
Dance.
Done. Oh, really?
Let's check it out. I don't know.
I try to be
It's a beer.
Wow.
Oh, it is an IPA.
I like dancing, but I've always thought that it's really inhabiting your body, which I think is what a dance does. Right?
Yeah.
But I sometimes like dancing around the apartment a little bit in terms of like I'm opening a door.
right.
I'm moving into the upper room.
Yes.
I'm opening my clothes. I'm putting out some clothes. I'm putting them back because I don't like those ones. You know? But it's all gestures and movement.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and it can be actually very nice.
It is. And then, the more authentic it is,
You first.
Yeah.
more
But you have to
beautiful
open it.
is, you know what I mean?
It's not
I
twisted.
actually danced around St. Mark's Church is not too far from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Mark's Church is
I
close by.
danced there back in the late 90s, just once with Reggie Wilson.
Oh, I love Reggie Wilson.
Yeah, I love him too.
Dancing feet.
Is that St. Bart's or St. Mark's?
St. Mark's Church.
Oh, okay.
St. Mark's.
Yeah.
Yes,
Where's
yes.
the
That's
St.
a
Bart's?
church.
Bart's.
Yeah.
Church also.
Where?
Oh, I didn't know.
I don't know what street it
St.
is.
Mark's.
Bart's.
Yeah, that's where I think.
Would you like to
that's
try
where they
this?
did it.
It's Snake Dog.
And that was
I don't know.
Snake.
Snake?
And you were
Oh.
that was a performance.
That was a performance.
Oh, it's an
Which-
IPA. It's
who
very
was
Reggie
that?
Wilson. Reggie Wilson's Fist
guess
and
we'll
Heel
try.
Fist and
performance
heel.
group.
Yes.
That's
Some
No, but how do you know
Where's
them
the little
and are
shot
coming
cup?
here from? I mean,
here.
where's your home now? Where do you?
I live in
Your base?
Trinidad and Tobago.
In Trinidad.
And
But
I
you were
live-
traveling all around doing this.
No.
dancing?
As I said, I just came to psychology event, but
Yeah.
I
I was going to give that
also,
one, but it's big.
I just know people, done a lot of things around the place in different countries and so
That
forth.
is so
And she has this amazing Coco Dance Festival
Coco dance.
in Trinidad.
COCO, we spell it out.
COC. How do you say it? Oh, you just say C.
Coco, yeah, no, it's just
Coco
it's
Dance
actually a
Festival.
contraction of the Contemporary Choreographers Collective, so it's kind of a mashup of
That's
that.
very cute.
So we just
Yeah.
put Coco Dance Festival because we know Trinidad. One of the things Trinidad is famous for is cocoa. We
Yeah.
have one of the best grades of cocoa in the world.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. I'm so happy the industry is coming back into
This is
it now.
IPA that I like.
So
They
a lot
don't
of
make it.
high
It's,
grade cocos.
And are you going to be performing here again?
it's a blueberry.
I mean, this trip?
Well, maybe not this trip, but hopefully,
A collaboration?
About something
absolutely.
in the future for
Yeah.
the dance festival.
Yeah.
So we hope something will happen.
You didn't have a dancing front talk window.
We have had it in
You
there.
could
I
have a
even
whole
performed
performance
here.
going on
Yes.
within a very restricted
Yes.
space as a minimum space.
Yes.
That could be made very. I mean, it's a frame.
Fantastic.
There's a
It is. It's good. The space is really fantastic
It is.
for a
It
lot
looks-
of things. You had a full band in there.
Wow.
A drum kit, 2 guitars, a bass, and a vocalist. And a keyboard.
You had anywhere to put the
They were,
audience?
yeah, they squeezed in here like crazy. They were up in the balcony. You can't see it in there.
Okay.
But they were all squished in the balcony, but they thought they were at the space right down the street, which is like 4 times bigger than this.
Right.
We had them on the same page, so they thought they were getting that space, which is 521 or something like that, and they got mine. So when they walked in, they stood here and stared at me, and I'm like, oh. And they're like, and they're like, we have a band. I'm like, oh, is it like a full band or is it like those little electric drums and stuff? They're like, no, we have a full kit. Out comes the kit. It's like the big, like 5-piece drum kit.
Yeah.
So they put only 3 up there, but the guy was 6'2" who played the drums. It was hysterical. So he had to sit down because it's only 5 feet. Yeah, it was so funny. Are we doing everybody in?
Everybody in?
Oh, this is a great photo.
Am I in?
You're in there. James, you can come. Oh,
Who's
Yeah.
talking? All right.
surprise.
Here we go. Got it.
Sophia, we're on it.
I should take one. Send it. Put it on Coco's
You can put it on
page.
Coco's
Yes.
page. I'm here on the talk show.
Coco Dance Festival. No, I went there years ago, 3 years ago, I think it was.
Oh Lord.
Oh, this thing. Here, we can like move this. There. Wait, Sean, get in here. Move over behind me.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Who are these crazy people?
This is bring up documentation to front talk.
I know, it's so
Stills on. You should make sure you have a little
Well, you know what I started doing is I'm going back and watching them because we've met some of the most amazing people here.
And one of the coolest things is now I'm doing research about the people who stopped. Like this woman, Lisa Ramachi. I would have never remembered her last. Oops, sorry.
I got it.
Where's this?
No, it's just.
Where does this like? Yeah, there we
Keep it
go.
up.
She worked for Antique Roadshow. And she talked about this big gargoyle horn that was the most exciting thing that she had done. So I found the PBS Antique Roadshow link, so I put it on that episode. So now I'm going through and watching it because there's like sometimes there were 8 people who stopped by who had something interesting I could find on the internet. They had a Facebook page or an Instagram page or something. So that's what and I love research. You know, so like I'll put stuff. I've already put stuff up about Coco Dance Festival, your Instagram, your Facebook. You have to look it up. But then I'll write in the comments a little bit about you, like a little tiny bio about you, about what Coco Dance and our conversation. We talked about like the history of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. Yeah, Caribbean. Yeah, Caribbean. Trying to say it the right way. But I really, because also we're doing a big project, and this is what's so exciting now. We just got funded to do building equity with immigrant, indigenous, and Native American populations. Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning. And this is this idea of, because there's so many underserved communities that don't get funded, because let's say this just use dance. We don't even need to go to theater, visual arts, or anything. One example is from India. We have a Western canon, right? The Western canon here in the United States, Western meaning European canon, and a definition of what is contemporary dance, what is dance. People know what classical and what built from classical and the influences, etc. But they may not know anything about East Indian dance. And so if they do a contemporary dance, they don't even know where it came from necessarily, the roots of it. So the idea is to have these conversations where we talk to, and I've done the academic thing, the 7 pillars of producing and presenting arts at Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning. And the premise is there's 145 languages just in Queens, like Southeast Queens alone, right?
It's extraordinary. Yeah.
It's festival.
I think that's what it is.
What did you put
Coco
there?
Dance Fest.
It's Coco Dance Fest. I put festival.
I don't know.
And where's Coco Dance Fest happening? Is it
In Trinidad.
just in
In
Trinidad?
October.
It's not going to travel.
And travel here.
Travel here. This is it. Bring it to New York.
Yeah, but it costs money, but that's what we have to raise money for. So this is what I was trying to say. Thank you. The Building Equity Project.
Building Equity Project.
And there's a large, Caribbean community, and the Taino, there's the Taino, but we went through a long list in the Caribbean region of the different that we know. But there's so many we don't know.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So the idea is to bring in a core council who will reach out. Like there's also a huge indigenous community from Ecuador, from Guatemala, from all the South American, the whole continent, from the United States, all the nations, and we're looking at Turtle Island for Native American, rather than just the United States.
Are you involved in
Canadians.
this?
I wrote this grant.
You wrote it?
Yes, for the organization. This is what I do.
I'm still finding things out about you. It's so hard to get the.
I'm the director of
all the
programs and
facts.
services. But I must say, we with the executive director, we all talk about what is this idea of building equity, what is Queens, and like the world of Queens. And now I just got an intern who speaks 5 languages. So now he's doing the media. He's going to do it in 5 different languages. He's from Abu Dhabi, but he also has Indian heritage as well.
Yes.
And so
There's layers of culture here. Layers and layers and layers. Most of them don't interact very much. Like even just next door here, this is Dominican family, and their dad works there, and it's the husband and father, and then their kids are always there. And a lot of people in the neighborhood who are retired now just go and hang out in there.
Yeah.
They don't buy anything. They sit down in chairs.
Yeah.
They lean against the wall.
Yeah,
they chit chat with each
do
other.
our
They sit outside,
garden.
and it's
Real
a community.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no
it's
judgment. There's no. It's not just finance.
Oh,
it's not
I
about
judge.
buying.
Right.
It's not what you just.
Shame on you.
I'm kidding.
They put up with you doing all your strange stuff out here.
No.
Who you be?
No,
Who you be outside the neighborhood?
I get money.
They
I
have
bring-
Oh, yeah, talk.
yeah?
Yeah, and they have a great. I understand they have a really great breakfast.
I heard too, yeah, and I got
Eggs. But that garden there, I started integrating into the community around that tree right there.
Is that your work?
I was just really kind of tired of it being scrappy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I started digging, and Vincent, who lives over there, who's a brilliant gardener, and I think he's from Barbados, and he's in his 80s, late 70s. I don't know. But so I was digging, and he sat there watching, and I was using some spoon because I don't have any. I don't have anything else. So he kind of walks away, and he came over with a little fork, a garden fork.
Yeah.
So and then he gave me some pointers. He just said, "Go, doing." He's just watching me. And then a couple of the older guys, who stand out there all the time, started kind of like going, "Okay, like you should probably get manure and put some manure, make the earth really well." So I went and I bought a big bag of manure. I brought it in. So then all of a sudden now we have a garden. All of them are working on it. All the old guys, they planted stuff they brought from their island they're from, like the Dominican, like sage.
And that's such a big part of this area too, because all of the neighborhood gardens, which is like 52 within like the 7-block radius, it's 52 community gardens, which were created when buildings were being burnt down by landlords, arson by landlords in the 70s, because they couldn't rent them out and they just wanted to get the insurance to go somewhere else to so rough. So all these places got burnt down. And now there's these little community gardens dotted all over this part of town.
And it's kind of fun.
So that gardening thing is a very big important part of this part of town. But you're part of that though, Kate.
What?
I'm
Part
just
of the
saying,
neighborhood?
no, but in terms of gardens are a very important part of this neighborhood because of what happened in the 70s.
Totally, yeah.
So that's nice that you created a little space there.
I know. And I feel now I feel loved because they all care,
You should get some of them on here.
Well, they do. Are you kidding?
You do? Fernando and Maria?
Well, they don't necessarily yet. They don't. But if Maria was here, we have to start it in the afternoon. They have to come in. And we'll get her from afar, and she'll experience.
She talks.
I
She's a
know.
talker.
She's teaching me Spanish, Maria over there. Fernando is good.
She's very much a Maria.
She is, and she's
Very
lovely. And their
powerful
two
Maria.
children are so cute.
So cute.
Yeah, but it's
she
child
says-
labor laws.
What?
I mean, come on.
And she says she's so exhausted. Because one of them wakes up really early in the morning, and the other one only likes to go to bed really late at night. So the time she has to sleep is so short between the two.
And then she comes here, and then her kids come in after school. I'm making jokes. Like, you're working them. And they're just sitting there staring at me like, we're not working.
But they really interact. But they interact with all the people who hang out. I mean, they are part of that community, and they're looked after. They're made fun with. I mean, they really are an amazing group of people.
It is. It's a family.
Community spirit.
It is. I love it. I don't want to close up, but we should, because it's
We got 15 minutes.
we're doing it till 9:30
We're
tonight?
9:30, yeah.
Wow. You all right with that? Then we're going to dinner, right? You have to race off?
But we can talk a little bit about the project, and then I have to, because it's kind of late, and I have.
Are you going to do a project here while you're here then?
No, we're talking about a possible
It
project.
is bad influence. She would have you out.
Also, that'd be great. A community garden dance project where you dance in all of the gardens
Yes.
of these villages.
All right, so Sean, your job is to raise about $5,000 per garden.
We don't need that much money. No, we can do it. We can do it for a few $100s.
And the artists do it for free, as usual.
Well, yes, sometimes when you contribute in the hope that maybe the larger story.
See, this is the problem.
Sometimes.
No, but not this time.
Not exactly.
Okay, right. It's going to be me dancing.
Exactly. It's you dance, because you're just a gesture. You're less kind of like Mr. Commerce Cunningham.
And I've been doing a photo project in the gardens for the last year.
Well, there's a garden over there on B and like 7th that like they do
Dance
Yeah,
programs.
there's a bunch that have a lot of events.
events.
Yeah, a lot of
The other night
events.
They do, but they raise money through foundation and funding.
No, of course,
The
if we could do
nonprofits.
that, yes, but I think. Sorry,
So-
wonderful to have.
so,
but we
yeah.
can do this project
You know,
in a way that might require a little bit
The
less
shade going
money.
on.
No, there's no shade. There's no shade. It's about budgeting. Because sometimes you get stuck because you have a
I'm eating my
budget,
peanuts.
and then you can't do something. You go and visit them and see how much time you might have.
No, so this is how it would. This whole idea
I
of
really like you.
I love front talk. Did I tell you that?
Oh, yeah.
Do this. You pay me royalties.
I love talking. Oh, see, royalties. It already just
Do you know
happened.
this documentary by oh, what's his name? It's called Pina. It's about Pina Bausch and
Oh yes, I've seen it.
and who made that?
I can't remember this gentleman's name.
The
Famous
wonderful
guy.
German director.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a wonderful documentary about dance.
Yes, it's very long.
Very
Yeah.
but
Very long.
very
I love
beautiful way.
Pina. Oh my God, Pina's.
And also the way that as the dancers got older,
Yes.
they were given different dance forms that helped
That big old.
them deal with their aging bodies as well. That this was appropriate for them or something. It was a fascinating idea because a lot of them were in their,
Park.
I don't know, like 60s and
wanna
older,
buy
and
an
they're
RV.
all wonderfully
That's
dancing.
what I
I'll go on
decided.
the road with you, Kate.
Will you?
Very thoughtful.
Burning Man.
Talk
Vin
show on
Vin
the
Vendors
Keep trying to
is
give me
the
a go.
director.
Oh, I fucking love Burning Man.
Beautiful.
I've never been.
Never been.
Beautiful film.
Years ago.
I think
take
we
you
should
there.
go. We're virgins.
It came
Oh, I know
You
exactly.
did,
how
yeah.
to
Well,
Yeah,
you
it
told
was.
me
It was
you
a
said
while
you
back.
I have a
Yeah.
lot of friends. Yeah, I want you to go.
Yeah, let's all
Loved
go.
it.
I'll go.
An amazing.
But when is the next one?
Very
I'm so sick of
expensive.
my camp, so.
Next
Contemporary
Costume
dance.
Cult is a camp.
When's the next one?
And do you have
And I
any
also
film
bubbles and
work
bass.
out there on
Okay.
And
YouTube
then-
or somewhere?
Those are my two favorites.
I'm
Something I
Twin
could
City.
see?
Oh, thank you.
Not.
I don't do that.
It's all
Well,
private.
I'm far,
because
far
I
away
make
from
films.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're on like 9G.
I make experimental dance films and I also make
you doing?
like feature.
Have you, like,
well,
handstand
I'm
people's
working
hands
on my
and stuff?
first full-length feature film.
Okay.
Is it
but I've
swing
made
city as in swing as an
documentaries and
acrobats or the other
Yeah.
thing?
No,
Nice.
acrobats.
One
Just
of them,
acro- okay,
most
that's cool.
recent one,
I don't. The other thing, I have to stay far, far away.
No, we're not.
It's up for another film festival,
What?
so I.
Everyone asked that.
Wait a minute.
Let's see.
Everyone, no, we have
You
like.
said you're Pisces.
We have the
Well,
ring.
wait.
My
Talking about
name?
Burn. What, is this
And what
what
is your
goes
name?
on?
No, lots of things go on with Burning
She
Man.
said yes.
Everything goes.
Yes,
She said
there's-
yes.
Everything goes at Burning Man. Seriously, everything goes.
Yeah.
I want to
Everything
drink.
goes.
Things will
That's
come
what I
on
wanna do.
YouTube,
Everyone will.
Just
Yes,
drink.
I'd love it.
etc.
You'll pass. You can have a drink at every single camp if you want to. Just get
Right. I
on
want to drink, and then I want to.
In the Nevada
Say
desert.
that again, so
No, I do
Sonia.
not want to
Oh,
take that. I am not good with drugs.
Oh
If
my
you
God,
don't,
Ashley
I
is great.
am not
At Burning Man, are you
good.
kidding me?
We used to take
I love
tabs.
you. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
telling
Wait,
you.
you take tabs?
When we
When
were
you're
kids,
young?
16, 17.
I'll help.
We
you.
don't
Don't
say
worry.
that way.
French.
You're gonna help me go into the
All right,
realm
the
of.
two of you,
Yeah,
the two of
you
you
don't
can like go and hang because you'll be
not
lost
French.
in some tent somewhere,
French?
No,
and I'll just be running around like.
No, I'm like completely like lucid. I just like to see.
I want to try the peyote that you said you had. What?
Peyote is
See,
holy.
that's how wonderful the world is.
This is
you know?
not
We learn it
hallucinogenic. You have to do that.
So we can do that at Burning Man.
No, that's not a
I
holy
love
place.
that. I love that.
It's ceremony. You have to do that in
And,
ceremony.
and I was looking it up on
LSD
YouTube, and
and,
something
like-
will come up.
Yeah. If you Google my
Don't talk
name.
about that. Don't talk about that
I would
stuff.
love to see that.
We don't do
I
drugs.
love
we don't
movement. I think
condone
movement.
drugs.
I don't just think of dance as movement.
We don't abuse
I
or
made a little
misuse the
film. It's
holy
called, Berlin
things in the
Sonata.
world here. That's what I
It's a
said.
it's a very rough black and white.
Yes,
great
don't do
film.
crack.
Yeah.
Crack is
But
whack.
it's and it's got
Crack
someone playing
is
piano.
completely whack.
It's a friend of mine in Berlin.
Nancy Reagan.
Berlin Sonata. But the music is
She did not say crack is whack, did she?
No, she just
The movement of the hands are like.
she's the one. She said crack is whack.
He's not. He's playing Bach.
She did?
He's not
Yes.
intending to
Nancy
dance.
Reagan
That's where
said
that's where it
that.
comes from.
But the precision, the
Crack is
movement,
whack comes from
and the
Nancy Reagan.
flow.
Nancy
When he does it, it's like
Reagan
absolute
said-
stars.
That's right.
Crack is
I
whack.
often look at
That is so funny. Crack is
people on the
whack.
street. You see actually, there's a beautiful.
I've heard everything. I had no idea.
Yes.
I think it's by Alice.
Nancy Reagan is the one who started crack is whack.
From the New York Times. Sometimes when I'm teaching, I give my students
they're
I
anti-drug.
give it to my students.
Reagan was the one, like, yeah, he really started the war on
performing
drugs.
arts students as opposed to the dance students.
Hi!
How are
Oh, you
you?
got a bottle of wine!
I'm going to Mike's birthday party.
Oh!
Party starts here.
Turning 60.
Yeah, you want to have a sip of
Has Donald Trump checked his immigration papers? He doesn't sound like he's from there.
wait.
Send him back, man.
Send him back. Here, you
Send him
want?
back to one of those shitty countries.
He gave me a green card when I said I'd be a supporter.
This IPA. We're tasting the different cheers, IPAs and things. Cheers.
Is this advertising?
No,
Are you promoting?
so
I
Mike is
put
turning.
this every day.
She does it, and we
Mike
still
is
I
turning
keep telling her we ain't
60,
got to
so I
check yet, man.
2003 blowjob for Mike for his 60th.
Ooh,
That looks good.
you should open it here and go with an empty bottle.
Because that's always a good idea. Like, it said so casually. You think, yeah, why not?
And then
That's reasonable.
when you get there, what happened was,
I need a little pain relief right now.
Well, a jar is $15 of the simple salve, and it's brilliant. Have you ever tried it? Have you tried it? Because Albert and Vanessa have been here every single day.
I'm just against anti-fun. I want pro-fun.
Fungi, antifungal.
Everyone's a different kind of thing.
Antifungal.
Profile.
are you charging for window space?
Am I charging for window space? They give me when they sell. They give
No, I'm just asking in
No, I'm
general.
not. In general? I know, but I should. I know that was coming soon. My new business partner. It might be the wrong day. It could be the wrong day for getting some wine.
And the movement tells you a lot.
He's gonna go back on what happened was.
What happened was.
And the
Right in the block.
speed.
Sorry,
And like
I
this
got
constant
that.
interaction speed. Some people
He's texting you right now.
it's yours.
Is it coming really tonight?
Mike, do you mind if I give your bottle of wine away to these people?
Yes.
2003. Red. It's got to be good.
Yeah, we got any cards. We have
534.
cards.
But the way he
That
doesn't
way.
jet up,
No, wrong way.
534 is who you want.
Yeah.
Alice
Have fun with Mike.
He's a writer.
Bring him
He's in
down.
here.
Or was, I don't know.
Yeah, he's in the back. He's in the back.
It's a
Mike's in the back.
answer. But you got it.
He's like, he
Yeah.
calls 34,
Yeah.
like,
You got it right.
They should be performance.
If you don't
space,
find it, you know where we are.
38th Street. Should be a performance. Should be something on stage. Because you can do absolutely everything.
Oh, give
everything
you
ever
a
want.
bottle of beer. He becomes like James.
Oh, you haven't seen Lit James yet.
I have not seen Lit James
Yeah,
yet.
not
I'm a little
seen
bit
Lit.
frightened. Hi.
Or central.
Hello.
Front Talk.
All of these precise
It's a talk show.
same movement.
Live streaming. Seriously.
Oh, where did the wine man go?
He went to the party. Oh. He went to Mike's. I know.
You said, "Oh, just take an empty bottle." It's like,
We almost had him.
why wouldn't you do that?
He said
There was
it.
a moment you
We almost had him. That's when I got quiet. I was like, it'll work for me.
I just wanted to know that. Oh, no, with an empty bottle. It's just the same. I was thinking about you. Just got thirsty on the way.
I'm telling you, the story when we got there, we were like, what happened was, I was on my way to
to the party.
Everything happened on the way.
That's
Oh, front talk. It's always fun. Always fun out here in the front of the front. So the name, just to tell Sonia, I named the space the front,
Okay.
right? And then I laid some AstroTurf down, and it became the front lawn.
Devilish mind there.
I'm going to have a little magazine called Back at the Front.
why you crying.
That should be the Instagram. Why are you front?
Why you front? And James here, we used to have, or still does, but he's just not active with it.
Right.
Bridging the Rap,
Bridging
which is
the
a
Rap.
stream.
What rap?
So he used to bring old school and young school, new school,
Old school and
rappers.
young
Old school and new
Old school and new school.
And young school. She said young school.
Old and young school together, and they would talk about rap. And I would end up like I just started hanging out and met some really amazing folks.
Yes.
And then he'd like wrap up, and I'd sit here and gab and talk to him. And then finally one day we were sitting out here, right? And we just started, and he said, "We should just do this."
Like how silly we are together.
Yeah.
I was like, this would just be a show.
Yes, it should be.
You used to do this together, just hanging out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like with
And you're like-
sponsors and
And then we sat there, and
that
then
kind
it
of
was
show.
wheelbarrow into this, and then we was like, well, what would we call it? Well, it's the front. And that's what it was.
And then he designed this beautiful logo.
So I like that.
Dang.
That's really, that helps.
Isn't that great? I just realized Albert and Vanessa they're redoing their logo. I should have told them to talk to you.
That's nice. Yeah, it's a very.
That's what you do? You do that?
Well, I went to
your
school.
things?
I went to school for computer networking, and I minored in graphic design.
Oh, okay.
He's good. He's really good. He has a fashion line.
Yes,
Black Fox
Fashion.
Fashion.
Oh, okay.
What's it called?
Black Fox Fashion. Yes, I said fashion real.
I like
Fashion on me, right?
Yeah, fashion.
That was Birmingham, Alabama. I mean.
Black Fox
Fashion.
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 But
We got
yeah, so
fashion
that's what I do. And I also have a non-for-profit.
Yeah, it's really
You have a
good.
what? A what?
What's your non-profit?
My non-profit is for youth development and career. So I'm doing, not only I'm training them in sports, I'm training them in visual arts, because I am a visual arts specialist for the New York Beacon program. But in my nonprofit, I'm training them in that also. But the mandatory course that they have to take is financial literacy. Yes, because it's something that a lot of us don't learn until we're later in our ages. I didn't really understand it till I had
and it makes a huge difference.
So,
I'm a financial wealth consultant.
would you feel like joining the group?
Yeah,
Okay.
Let me learn a little bit more so I can actually like have a lesson plan for them on like what we do. We do like we call it like holistic management. Strategies. We're strategies for wealth down the equities building on Broadway. So we've got a pretty big.
Well, right now we haven't started a program. We're just starting fundraisers now. But you can still come down and talk.
Yeah, about how like they need to like lay out everything so they can really see what's going on. Like writing it down and like seeing it on a one sheet of like, you know, how you're making money, where your money is going out, and like where your losses are, so you can recoup some of those.
And understanding credit. People don't realize credit here.
Yeah,
in the United
especially
States,
here,
and what it means. You know what I mean? I got my first credit card, I think I was 18.
Yeah.
Free money!
But also, what is unique here is your credit rating. I never had a sense of that when I lived in Europe.
No.
This idea of a credit rating that is available to any creditors or that can destroy your life if you are on the wrong side of a certain percentage. I mean,
my life right now.
It is.
Yeah, if my parents didn't help, like just certain things, because I did free money too, then it got paid off, and then all of a sudden it didn't get paid off, and I was like, oh, what happened to my money?
And I might be wrong, but I think you can accredit some homeless to bad credit. You know what I mean? And some of it, not all of it.
100%, because if my parents didn't help me co-sign on my apartment, I wouldn't have an apartment. So like, if I didn't have family, I wouldn't be able to live anywhere. Besides, like, you can see this apartment in what I'm saying? Which is huge, because I have 3 animals, so I can't live in someone else's apartment. So
it's a suffocating system that just squeezes you into smaller space if you're not valued.
Well, the truth is,
pay off what you have.
The truth is, if you can make it here,
yeah.
you make it anywhere. Because it's not as bad.
It's not as bad here?
No, it's not. No, it's not elsewhere.
It's not bad.
As far as trying to survive and make a buck. You know, so many people live in hand over fist. It's it's crazy. So I want to teach the kids that. That's a matter. Whether you come for sports, visual arts, or carpentry, you must. That is the criteria. You must take financial, literacy.
It's great. Yeah, I would love to help out.
What I tell artists of any kind, performing, visual, whatever, young ones, I say, listen to me. Whatever you make, you take some of that. You could make $1. take some of that 20% or whatever it is, 20 cents,
Right.
but get in the habit of saving.
Putting something
Yeah.
to the side.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you make every either week or month, depending how you get paid or your income comes in or whatever it is. You make that decision. Don't let a month, more than a month pass. Put something away. And put something away far where you can't get it. So that might be a fixed deposit, something or whatever it is. All right,
Yeah.
or give it to somebody that you trust or whatever and tell them don't give it back to you no matter what you say.
Right. Put some money that you won't miss.
Right,
You know what I mean? Put an amount that you won't miss or you won't really stress about.
But it takes organization and it takes commitment. But
So you look-
and someone's saying
So you look at it
pay
like
attention.
my grandmother raised us. She was born in '38, so it's still cotton fields and everything. Didn't finish school, but got married, moved up to New York from Birmingham. She didn't teach us about yeah, right. She knew was just put a dollar under the mattress. Keep it, just stash. Keep money somewhere in a shoe, something in a box. It's not a conversation
Get fast,
that
get
you
out of there
sit there.
fast.
Yeah, there's no sit down conversation with people who grew up in that era.
Yes.
Transforming into this era. There's no sit down conversation with that. No. So you learn it on your own. And outside. So you think I'm in school, I'm in mid school in the '80s. I wasn't teaching that either. So
They're still not teaching.
I was going to say, do they?
but charter schools are.
They are?
Charter schools.
Yeah.
Some charter schools are
But
teaching it.
it's not
Right.
standard.
Right,
It's not
exactly.
standard
It's not a
practice.
public
But they don't
school
want
thing.
you independent in this government. They do
No, not
not
at all.
want.
The capital is not this government.
Capitalist government.
does not
Yeah,
want you.
yeah, you're right.
They need to keep you. Basically, it's a form of enslavement, financial
It is.
enslavement.
It's completely.
Because you're
yeah.
beholden to a system that does not provide, often, not always, but often does not provide for you the means by which to have just a basic, comfortable life
Yeah.
without debt
Yeah.
or with minimal debt.
Minimal debt is really the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
This humongous set of debt. I mean, if I didn't, I remember my father saying, he was organizing, he's like, I hope you win a scholarship, I hope you win a scholarship because I'll have to
My grandmother
take
said.
out a loan.
My grandmother said, has she been
that
thinking?
kind of thing.
Yeah.
My grandmother said, has she been thinking when it was like early '70s and the brown stores in Harlem were going for nothing, like $1. They would fix them up. But had she been thinking, she would have went ahead and did it. Because you can't get a brownstone now for less than $1 million.
To get a blade of
Oh
grass.
God, million! I'm sure they're like
of
more.
course.
God,
Of course.
I know.
Especially in like the
And
kids
can you
rural
imagine the
area and
people
stuff
who
like that.
did take that little bit of money and invested in those fixed? Because I would have left it there. I wouldn't even fix it. But it's mine.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing up in Harlem too. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
There were a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of the black community that was, some of them did buy.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm talking about up in Harlem.
Harlem, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Brooklyn because the two sets of brownstones.
Yeah.
Could have been
Brooklyn
purchased.
came later, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it would have been
No,
much cheaper a
Harlem
long time
didn't
ago.
bubble till late.
It did bubble to the
Right,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
till
why they
Bill
ended up
Clinton-
dividing
Yeah.
them up, and it was
When
it,
Bill
the middle class
Clinton
never
moved
moved
in,
up there in the way
that's
they
right.
thought that they would. That's why
Yeah.
this great housing stock was becoming very gentrified. But if you've been smart enough to buy into it,
Hey.
What is this, a wine tasting or something?
It's Front Talk with Kate and James. It's our like neighborhood talk show. Live stream talk show.
It's like our 10th episode.
And so where you guys at? On YouTube?
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
So what do I look up?
Black Fox TV Worldwide. That's the channel.
Fox TV Worldwide.
Oh my God! Snow White snorting.
Ocean, we over here. I love shootin. A&B. Anybody wanna?
Are you with CBD?
Party time, excellent.
Where are you at? Is that the T-shirt, that new T-shirt place?
No. I got this in Broadway in Soho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the shop. But
That's hysterical. Snow White. There we go.
That's a habit. My old roommate, she bought it for me.
Stephanie?
Stephanie, yeah.
Oh, wait, you guys know each other?
Yeah, I know Martin.
Wait, you live down the street?
No, I live right here.
Right here. Wait, did you cut your hair or something like that?
Yeah, I got a baldy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, you right here in this door?
Yeah.
No, the next one down.
So you know my cousin Preem and Liz with the pit.
Well, I know them from, like, I seen their face. I just don't know them, like, personally. But
Isn't he the one they complain about all the time?
He's hardly here.
Yeah, right.
He's the one in the MTA uniform that you see.
Right.
I'm that guy.
You're that guy.
That's a sweet kid.
Oh, the nice one. The nice guy. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. We have to pick on our neighbors.
It makes me feel more like alive than like more like.
It's part of the family.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The 11th Street
It'll
family.
be a little better if I got like a
Oh, would you like a sip?
yeah.
Guys, I gotta take off.
Oh, okay.
I always give Marissa for.
Lovely meeting
Hey,
you.
did you get the flick?
I did, man. Thank you. That's super cool.
We're only drinking out of shot glasses. Sorry, we didn't do that. James,
For beer?
shot of beer. Yeah, we're tasting different ones. Careful, not over the electronics.
We should hang out again sometime. Do you ever go to Sunday night Irish music?
Yes,
Yo,
that's what
that's
we do.
delicious.
Totally.
Right?
Isn't that
You got the
good?
mango wheat?
It's a mango
Can
wheat.
I like give like $5 or something for one?
You can go inside the deli.
Well, there's only we
Oh, they
only
got
have.
them in the deli.
Yeah, that's where she got them.
That was like a special IPA.
business going on
I
here.
know.
Beer garden, you know?
But
But it's
still,
like, oh, the deli. I'm like,
Yeah.
You can always do the
exactly.
more like delayed.
I know. That's hysterical. We should like.
Been knew about this one.
We should like. Well, we started doing the like wine tasting and just tasting stuff and food because what happened? I don't know. I wanted to just. I have a Kate's bag which we didn't reach into today,
Oh.
but I pulled something unusual out every time.
Delicious.
It's good, right? So then I found some wine. I got some really good wine.
beer and stuff.
That's gone. That's over. They're all done. You got here late. We're ending soon.
Yeah, it was
You
girls
got
want
here
more.
earlier.
Actually, it's 9:37. Look at this.
I know.
Yeah, we started at
Wait,
7:30.
The girls want more beer?
No, thank you though.
You sure?
I'm positive because we're gonna shut down
I
and
know
then we gotta
Marissa
clean
got like
up.
I just drank two.
20 pack and
Wait, and you, Martin?
Yeah, that.
Hi, Martin. This is Sonia.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Sonia's visiting us from Trinidad and Tobago.
Keep this away from the electronics.
Yes, the electronics, exactly.
Okay.
Yo, that's a cool jacket. I like
Thank you. It's a La Croix.
La
La Croix. Sweetie darling. Sweetie darling.
What is that?
I love the back. Look at the back. It's totally cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's nice.
It's cool. It's a really
Yeah.
old jacket.
Corseted.
But there's this British TV show which
You
is
know
a
when you got
comedy.
the tattoo on your back,
I
right?
did get the tattoo on my back.
Did you get it colored and everything?
I got part of it colored. See?
Can I see?
Yeah, I guess so.
K-Punked out.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Let me help you out.
It's cheeks.
Oh wow! Look at that.
That's a sexy
Look at
ass
that.
tattoo. And what's that right there?
It's a tree.
The tree?
The
You gonna
tree,
get it
right?
colored?
We got the whole thing
Brown?
done.
I always wanted that. I want like a tree
I've
of
got
light.
the
got the
lava
roots.
coming from the earth.
Kate just
And
pulled down her britches out here.
just half. You know.
It's a talk show, bro. And then you have to be a part of it. She's like one of the pillars of a
He
love.
is the pillar of 11th Street.
There's
But he
a lot
said,
of-
oh yeah, he's coming closer. He's coming in closer.
Yeah.
You guys can close out the show.
Well, I'll leave it up to my brother. He's more of a like a TV personality.
Is he?
Not really, no.
Yo,
Come
no,
on.
show him what
Wait.
you about, man. 11th Street.
11th Street. 11th Street is totally. That's not in your eyes, is it? Is that in your eyes?
Because the reflection's good.
Okay.
But it had that line in it.
11th Street, whenever you girls or guys want to come and have some fun. My boy Nalo right here, he has the studio with the strobe lights and everything.
Yeah.
I'm putting it
Where?
on blast. And
Did he have Peters?
In my house. I live right over
Oh, you live over there?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're always over there. That's when I see you.
You know I'm a family person.
He also
I
got the
know.
hookah. He also got the hookah.
Oh, look. Now the whole family's showing up.
But you know, love that show.
He got embarrassed. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm sorry.
He's like, what's happening? So it's like,
The black what?
Front Talk, it's at
Black Fox TV
Black Fox
worldwide.
TV. Worldwide.
Black Fox
Here, TV Worldwide. It's YouTube.
That's YouTube, bro.
Yeah.
That's his channel.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to hit it.
Yeah, and watch our episodes.
Well,
and
then
make
you
sure.
already know Black Fox. You already know what it is.
But you guys have to do your privacy settings so that you don't unprivate yourself.
The guy was like, oh, unprivate myself.
Kate's been here reckless all night.
I keep drinking these like shots. Like, they add up.
They add up,
Yeah,
right?
I missed you guys
11th
before,
Street
so I'm
is
like,
very
you know.
light.
It's all good. It's a beautiful day.
So here we have one more for these guys. Is there one more in there?
What is that?
Nah, there's nothing else.
It's a blue.
Wait, there's a little something.
There's a little. Here,
This
why don't
Blue
we share?
Moon, but it's got a
It's
different
the
flavor.
mango. Here, I'll share it between the two of
The
you.
mango one, though.
The mango. You tasted the
There
mango?
you go.
No,
Oh,
never
thank
tasted
you
a mango.
so much love.
Chin chin, you guys. Cheers. We went through all of the beers.
Yo, you tasted that?
Isn't that
bro?
good, right?
This is good.
I know.
We gotta get them.
Yeah, this is
There-
what's up.
The
want some more?
Crabbies is really
You want some
good.
more?
We gotta shut down. I mean, if you want more.
I'm running. I'm good. I don't work
You
tomorrow.
sure?
Already.
You don't work tomorrow?
Not a problem.
Not till
Come
after.
on, you don't turn down free beers, my man.
Come on.
All right, well then I guess if you want to bring us free beers, that's cool.
Well, actually, is they selling right here?
Yeah, the deli.
This one? How you doing? What's your name? Knowledge. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Y'all look like y'all make
Another neighbor?
That's my real name, by the way. That's
You
not
heard
a tag name and none of
that?
that.
Sonia, y'all look like y'all make a great couple.
Come on now.
She's here on a.
Wait, yo, this is the little gangster of 11th Street. This is a talk show. Show
You
yourself.
look drunk. How old are you?
This is the 11th
Oh
Street
no,
gangster.
this is not you two. Both of these two. What's up? That's not
Yeah, I
good.
can't promote that. I can't promote that.
No,
That
no,
nigga
no,
is like
no,
16.
no,
I do my
no.
best to keep him out of trouble.
Yeah,
When
but
I
those
call him
two.
gangster, I'll be always to make sure he
No,
knows
no,
that he's not. Like,
they're
he ain't an
babies.
actor.
Yeah, they lean in.
They're babies. You have to take care of the babies.
He's a baby. He wants to be down.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
They're babies and they need to be taken care of.
Yeah, facts.
Well, I'll be doing my best to talk sense into him, but you know, when you're 16, it's like you don't care about nothing nobody gotta say. You're always right. Adults don't know nothing, and you know.
I know.
Yeah, but
it's
there's
true.
something else.
You're at that.
Yeah, there's something big not good there.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing is he's hanging out with older dudes that are from like the ghetto, from the projects and stuff. And so he wants to be down and he wants to like show that he's tough, you know, because he's from this
That's a
neighborhood.
symptom of a large.
Yeah.
He wants a family. He found it there.
Yeah, it's exactly what
Well, he
happens.
has a lot of brothers and he has a great mother. I talk to his mother all the time, Muslim lady. Some kids are just bad seeds, you know. You gotta like respect.
But I don't give up on him.
But you gotta do your best to treat them and make it a good one, you know.
Who's that?
How do you say no?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah,
I know what you meant.
SpongeBob SquarePants?
Who's SpongeBob? Is that my sister? Who is SpongeBob?
We gotta
It takes a community to raise a child. It takes
Who lives in the water under the sea?
I know.
Who
I
lives in a
love.
pineapple under the sea?
See, but that kid, he doesn't hang out on his block. He'll go off with other kids, and like, you know.
Oh, that was not good though.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that was not drunk. That was something more
That
worse than drunk.
was drunk. And you know what? He really came over here to make sure that we all seen him like that. And now we're looking at him as a gangster.
I am not looking at him. I'm looking like he's a little drunk little poopy head.
No, but he wants to.
But that's
I know,
the
that's what
image
he
he's
wants.
trying to portray to us right now.
Yeah, not a good look.
And
I'm
he
like
made
I'm going
sure-
over there like my mom would.
It was a
What are you doing?
It was a piece of food.
You need some water.
Listen, there was a piece of food on the floor. He deliberately
He picked
it
up
to
something
eat
from
in
the
front
ground,
of all of
right?
us and look like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm a gangster. And
He lean.
I don't care if I picked it up off the.
That's what I thought. I couldn't understand.
Okay,
what
that's
he was
completely
eating.
weird.
Yeah, he needs some milk right now.
I couldn't understand.
Oh,
what he
well,
was
the old guys are taking care of
He
him.
needs a dad.
Oh man,
Maybe
That's
that's what
the
it
problem.
is.
Yeah, he needs a father.
you need a dad
He needs a dad.
and a
He's a
sister
father for
and a
them.
cousin and a brother.
So we're gonna
And I done
Can I
had some
shut down?
really older woman like talk some sense into him, and he's like on some fuck you don't know my life, and like
Well, I guess you know what? 11th Street has a lot going on.
It does.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. 11th Street's got
There is a
everything
melting
going
pot
on.
on 11th Street.
yeah,
yeah.
There's a lot of good. There's a lot of like challenges
yeah.
and a lot of ways that we can make it all better.
Like life.
Exactly,
but 11th Street
right?
is a tight community, though.
It
Believe it or
is.
not, yeah.
I
'cause
know.
Everybody does know each other. You know?
Yeah, but now I feel guilty that we got beer out here. We're being bad.
That
Examples.
Something in
No,
We ain't got nothing to do with that.
we're grown and responsible adults.
I paid my dues to drink.
And you girls are now like super drunk, like acting a fool out here.
Oh!
Straight out for y'all. It's so half and half.
Thank you,
Wow.
no problem, brother. That's
Mad love. 11th Street love.
It's not.
Hell.
That's what I do on a regular.
That's what we do on
I think we
11th
can
Street.
close out right now.
So we're gonna close out on
We're
that
closing
note.
on we got a 6-pack.
Wait, but we all have to have a beer in our hand. That's the only look.
Oh wait, we have to have a
Or
beer
6
now.
is perfect. 6.
I know,
For
but
everybody.
Sonia and I have to like no, we don't
So we
drink.
can
Will, you know
just
what?
have the beer. I'm putting it back.
I'll take one.
But this is just so we can close out
Yeah, you take
professionally, you know.
Professionally?
Yeah, all of us have a
Make it look
beer.
I'm sorry.
Have a beer.
Professional is without,
We're
which
all
doesn't
gonna
mean the
cheers.
beer. All right, cheers.
Grab one, love.
Cheers. Cheers. All
Grab
right,
one.
cheers.
Just say, you don't have to drink it. Just grab it. Where
She's good, she's good.
She's good. She's don't peer pressure.
Yeah.
No peer pressure.
I don't want to drink it. I'm not even gonna drink it. Just for
It doesn't
the
matter.
camera.
The
Cheers.
camera or thumbs up
No.
is good enough,
Thumbs up
right?
is okay.
Thumbs up is
Cisco
good
Negro.
enough.
Salute. Front talk,
Salute.
please.
Be responsible. Be responsible
Well, me and my
drinkers.
brother, we're
We love
definitely
you.
gonna
Peace
drink.
out. Right?
Isolate that love.
I don't want to, we want to, you know?
11th Street, y'all.
11th Street now.